Well, hello, these spectacular specimens of humankind. How you doing, you happy-go-lucky scamps of individuals? It's me, Van Vane, looking disheveled and rugged and disheveled and cozy because I've just got out of rehearsals. I literally got out of rehearsals. I mean, I got home at like 20 to 6 and grabbed me some food, put some stuff up, did all the post-rehearsal stuff that I needed to do. And jump straight into stream. I was hoping to have a little bit more time. Where I could have like put some makeup on, got dressed into something cozy, but a little bit more flamboyant, a little bit more like, I don't know, put some earrings in or something like that. But I just haven't had the time to do that, unfortunately. But then I don't normally stream on Sundays, and I wasn't expecting to stream this Sunday, and now here I am. Here I am. Every now and then I get a little bit questionable when I'm wearing a mankini. Here I am. Oh my lordy. Purple back coming in with the tier 2. Before we even kick off, before you lurk, I appreciate you lurk way under a duvet. You lurk way under a duvet, you cheeky devil. I will inscribe your name on the mirror vein. In the tier 2, black ink. Purple back. Your name is now inscribed on the mirror vein. By having your name on the mirror vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. You also get access to the 10% discount on the merch store. Hey. And of course, you get access to all those sexy little emotes, including the tier 2 Pokemon emotes with my face on them. But the most important thing is you'll roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, do I look rough? No, you don't. That's the wrong one. You got to roll over and go, God, I wish I was someone else. Because then I'd get to look at me. Ooh, harra, sexy. Ooh, yes, meow, you know? You know, you cheeky devils. Whoop. Hoop. That is the way it works. All of the hoops and what have yous. How's it going, Kiara Strings? Toilet burgers? Toilet burgers. Toilet burgers. But when you say toilet burgers, my mind immediately goes to an old indie game called Voices of the Void. That's where it goes. It sits comfortably in Voices of the Void. That's where you got toilet burgers from. I may need a bit of reference there. How you doing, Zooty Booty, Cheeky Devil? Dabber Cogsworth, happy Halloween. If only. If only, friend. I would love it to be Halloween once again. Actually, to be fair, I would like to have a weekend free and then have it Halloween once again. That would be nice. That would be good. Because Halloween is always a manic time of year, you know. Yeah, no. Gilus, welcome on in. Eris Ptolemy, hello, you cheeky little devil. Chandria, hello, you cheeky devil. Cold and rainy, and my uterus and body hate me today. No, boo. Boo and hiss. It is very cold and it is very rainy. I've lit candles around the... Oh, look, also a giant shell. I've lit candles around the room so that I can get a little bit more heat in the room. Although it's not too bad. The heating was just on just before funnily enough, while I was out. The heating was on while I was out. As soon as I got home, heating had finished being on. And the house is slowly but surely getting cooler. Cooler and colder, you know. How's it going, Midgardy, you cheeky little devil? How you doing, you wonderful individual? All I said was you have. Yeah, but you know, Dabber Cogsworth. You know. You are all too aware, sunshine. Here, have a toilet burger. What is the toilet burger? Why would we want a burger in the toilet? I'm very, very confused. Yes, friends, today's intro track was from the amazing Joe Black. He released Beetle, aka Beetle, a while back. Yeah, and now
subscribe.
What? What? You're a papa. What? Explain yourself. What is this sorcery, please? Out of nowhere. Okay. What? You're a papa. Thank you very much for the 5 little gifted subs. I'm so confused. It's a Sunday. I'm sleepy. Oh my god. I had a moment there where my brain just fucking blue screened, like full on blue screen for a minute there, you know. Thank you so much, Europapa. Friends, if you've been gifted a sub from Europapa, please say a massive thank you to Europapa for those 5 gifted subs. Let me inscribe their names on the mirror vein. First one. First one, then second one. Third one. Fourth one. And finally, the fifth one. All of those names have been inscribed on the Mirror Vein. By having their names on the Mirror Vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devils. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes, but the most important thing is you gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror and go, God, do I look rough? Well, God damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, harra, sexy, ooh, yes, meow, you know? Oh God, I've just realized that I'm actually wearing a Twitch hoodie while streaming on Twitch. Oh, that makes me feel deeply uncomfortable. That makes me feel deeply uncomfortable. I do not normally represent Twitch while on Twitch. All right? I will wear this hoodie because I will say the merchandise. All right? How meta, I know. I do like the merchandise. I do like the Twitch merchandise. And I have this hoodie and I have another purple one, which I am also quite fond of. And I will wear them out and about. I'll go and do other things and I will wear the Twitch stuff being like, yes, I am a streamer on Twitch. This is something that I do. But I feel weird wearing Twitch memorabilia while on Twitch itself. That it feels like I'm like sucking dick a little bit. And I'm not a massive fan of that. Sucking the corporate dick. They're comfy hoodies. They're comfy. Oh no, I'll have to strip. Don't you even, Mayo Fire? Too fucking cold for that shit. Too cold for that shit. God damn it. God damn it, Dapper Cogsworth. I literally eyes glance up and see what you've said about the game. You shit. Toilet Burger determines if you are innocent or not. What? What is this Toilet Burger shenanigans? How's it going, Zabadi and Hella, you wonderful individual? Hope you're doing well, friend. Hope it's going well. Doing well. Built a new feature and fixed my major bug in my own project. Went out for new Lego set and came back with 4 sets. I mean, I can't say I see a problem with this. Zabadi. And the question that I do have for you, though, friend, is what sets did you get? What sets did you get? The most important thing. And now you got the Bee Gees playing in your head? As in, staying alive. Staying proverbially alive. Maybe. Possibly. Toilet burgers are a Canadian thing. The origins... No one knows what the origins of toilet burgers are. Toilet burgers. You've intrigued me now. You've piqued my interest. There was a thing on Bob's Burgers that was about toilet burgers. Would you eat a burger from a 100-year-old toilet? What? Then, of course, the Burgermeister. There's a shop called the Berlin Toilet Burger. Try Berlin's famous toilet burger. But that's not in Canada land. That's not in Canada land. How is one meant to have Canada land toilet burgers? Is it like a Canadian meme? A cheeky little meme? Perhaps? Possibly? What is this? What is this sorcery? How's it going, Europe? How you doing, you beautiful individual? How's it going? Staying alive. Exactly. That's the one. That is the exact one, right? Gonna like what I finished. Yeah, go do your thing, Eris. No worries, you beautiful being. Thanks so much for stopping by and leaving your lurk with us. I appreciate that. A raise. Hello, you wonderful individual. Welcome on in. Welcome on in, you cheeky devil. Automatic pushcart. Thank you so much for coming out of lurk and thanking Europapa there. I really appreciate it, you beautiful individual. That means a lot to me. Also, again, love your name. It's a fucking great name. It's a great name. Love a Sunday. I have had a busy one. I've got a busy week ahead of me. Friends, I'll probably say it 3 or 4 times this stream, but let me just interject and let everyone know that next week, stream times will be different. I'll be streaming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but I'll be streaming from 12 p.m. midday, so noon GMT, which is an hour earlier than I normally do on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And then I'll be streaming through till about 4 p.m. because then I need to shut everything down at 4 p.m., grab the shit that I need to go to the Christmas parade for, and then get the Christmas parade shit going. I think tomorrow, 12 noon, is when we'll be setting up the Vanemas tree, the Kinkmas tree that we stick behind me. Probably going to be going here in front of the brand new giant shell that I've put in the fish tank. But yeah, it's probably going to go there. Probably going to go there.
Hand to it. Hand to it.
Valen,
yes.
Has anybody ever told you you can't trust an atom? They make up everything. True truth.
I hate you. I hate you and the anatomical horse. Atomic horse that you rode in it. It's not atomic. Atomic is like a bomb, isn't it? The atom-based life form that you rode in on. You bastard. Thank you very much for the 100 little panderings. God damn it. Druid Midian, how you doing? I saw that you were lurking. You lurk away, you beautiful individual. No issues at all. Valen did a brain reset. It takes a moment sometimes. It takes a moment. I've had a busy time. Apparently yawning all the time as well. Don't want to go too crazy. It's not your normal day that you stream. It's not a normal day I stream. This is true. This is true. But I very much appreciate it, Europapa. It does mean the fucking world to me. Thank you so much. Now I've got something in my eyeball. It's all good. It's all good. The Twitcher is twitching. No, don't even. I don't want to. We're not going to draw attention to it. It's fine. It's all right. It's also like a white hoodie. I don't normally have white hoodies on. I'm all for a darker color hoodie, but you know, in fact, you know what? I don't wear hoodies very often. Generally speaking, the only time I ever wear hoodies is when I'm doing rehearsal. When I'm doing something where it's like physical. Like rehearsing or prepping for an event or something like that, I'll stick a hoodie on because they're quite useful. They're very practical, even if I don't adhere to the aesthetic very much. You know, all that jazz. I've got someone in my eyeball. Thank you so much to all those beautiful people that are lurking. I will not call you out because you are glorious and wonderful. But I appreciate you lurking all the same, you cheeky little devils. All you people using your channel points to be like, hey, Twitch, I exist. I'm lurking, but I'm here. God damn it. You know, appreciate that. Appreciate that. I can strip from the waist down. I could strip from the waist down. That is true. But I'm also wearing very cozy yoga pants. So I also don't want to do that. My genitalia, my spindly goblin cock, does not need to ingest itself directly into my torso. Do you know what I mean? Just due to how fucking cold it is. Got Shortpod 15 with Rolaren, miniature castles, some Christmas set, and the USS Enterprise. How big is the USS Enterprise? It's the Picard version. Interesting. Oh, wait. Picard's version, as in from the next generation. TNG. TNG Enterprise. Druides Midian, you good. Do you think? Do you think, you beautiful thing? I appreciate you. Luck away, cheeky devil. Toilet Burger was not a Bob's Burger reference. No clue why or where it came up in Canada, but it just happened. And is it like a slang for something in particular, Kira? Or is it like what is the explain the colloquialism to it? I am very confused. I can honestly say that I have never heard of a toilet burger. Bear, as a fellow Canadian, you haven't heard of toilet burger? Is it like a local colloquialism, perhaps? The first official Lego Star Trek sets. Ooh, okay. I got you. Does it come with figures? Little Star Trek figures? And then you have to, like, melt down all the ones in the red shirts because they're the ones that always die. Yeah? Is that the... Yeah? That's right, yeah? Uh-huh. I can be a Trekkie. That's a whole thing. Don't know where it came from. But it came from somewhere. Interesting. Marshland Phantom, how you doing, you cheeky little devil? Oh, what a wonderful shell. It's huge, isn't it? It's so fucking big. I should have got it out to show you all before I put it in the tank. So that shell, this shell is like this size. It's about, actually, to be fair, yeah, it's about as tall as my torso. It's just a giant fucking snail shell. And that shell is also older than me. I don't know how old it is, but I know it's older than me because it was in my grandparents' house on my mum's side, so a UK household. They had it on their landing, on like a windowsill on their landing for the entire time that I was a kid. Like the entire time from as early as I can possibly remember with my haggard brain, that shell had been on that landing and on that fucking windowsill. And when my grandparents died and they were selling the house and they were getting rid of all the stuff and they were going through all the bits and pieces, because my grandma was a little bit of a hoarder, so she'd get loads and loads of fucking unreasonable amounts of wool and yarn because she was well into her crocheting and knitting. So when they were getting rid of all that stuff, my parents were like, hey Val, the giant shell that exists, we're gonna get rid of it unless you want it for some reason. And I was like, I definitely want it. Could not think of a reason why I wanted it, but now I'm like, do you know what, I'm gonna see what it's like sticking it in a fish tank. Now you have to be careful when sticking shells in fish tanks, because shells, especially shells this size, make a fish tank particularly alkali. Alkali. It makes it more alkali than acidic, and most fish prefer a slightly acidic flavor of water to swim around and do their business in. So when I get round to repopulating this tank, I'm going to have to be really careful about what else I put in there. I need to put in certain things that are going to make there's certain styles of wood and bark you can put in there that makes it slightly more acidic. So I'm going to put more of that shit in there to kind of balance out the alkaline nature of a giant fuck off shell. And then I need to work out what fish need to go in it, or will be appropriate to go in it. Do you know what I mean? Love that huge shell you have in the fish tank. Looks fabulous and very expensive. Well, fortunately, I got it for free. Max. But yeah, I would imagine to buy it somewhere else would be real expensive. Would be ridiculously expensive. So I'm glad that it's an inherited one. My grandmother, well, my parents gave me it after my grandparents died. But it is the beginning of the of bringing back the aquarium for whenever I am able to bring back the aquarium. For sure. Right, where was I?
Yeah, you subscribe.
Oh, yeah. Calandra!
Kind.
Just lurking.
Just lurking, indeed, you beautiful individual. Coming in for the 37 months. Good lordy. Good lordy. Thank you very much for lurking, you beautiful being. I appreciate that. I shall now inscribe your name on the mirror of vein. By having your name upon the mirror of vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all those sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you'll roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, I look rough. Well, god damn, do I make rough look good? Oh, sexy. Oh, yes, meow. You should know this after 37 months. You should know this. Oh, dear me. Where was I? There we go. Yes, the shell. 2 crushers, a wharf. Oh, both crushers, as in Wesley and Doctor. First name Doctor, not Beverly, Doctor. Both crushers, wharf, Data, Picard, Guinan, excuse me. Troy, Riker, and LaForge. That's quite a big set of characters to go into your giant. I'm assuming it's quite a giant thing. It's set 10,356. Ah, okay. I'm sure that means something to people that are into their Lego. Not necessarily me, but I'm sure it means something to them for sure. I only wear hoodies in the ice rink or sometimes gardening. Yeah, I tend to wear them when I'm doing physical labor, and only really zip up hoodies because I'll wear it because it's cozy and I'm warm, and then I'll get hot because I'm doing physical labory stuff. So I unzip, take it off, fucking done. You know, they're very convenient for physical stuff like that. But generally speaking, I'm not a hoodie person. I am not a hoodie person, it has to be said. Anyone can ask me anything, but I decide what the answer will be. Exactly. There you go. Exactly. For sure. I live in hoodies, mostly pretty pastel color ones, but there we are. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. But please do not think, friends, that I am criticizing those wearing hoodies. Do not believe me to be criticizing anyone wearing hoodies. It's just something that I personally do not wear. More often than not, I will find myself in some kind of jumper or at the moment I'm really into turtlenecks. I like my turtlenecks, which is not an item of clothing I ever thought I would be interested in, but here we are. Here we are, you know. Sleeveless black shirt or a bud or a bust. Ah, okay. I was not saying there's nothing wrong with that. Temperature also definitely plays a part in it. Thank you so much for all you beautiful people lurking. I appreciate you. Temperature of like your local environment. At the moment, it's fucking Baltic here, and therefore wearing lots and lots of layers is worthwhile. Hoodies are quite good for stuff like that, for sure. Bear with me 2 seconds. Just messaging the mod something quite important. Bear with me momentarily, you exquisite individuals. Thank you for waiting, friends. Thank you for waiting. I appreciate that. Let me scroll up there. Do toilet burgers mean poo? I don't know. Toilet burger is made from mushrooms, in which case it belongs in a fucking toilet. How dare they? How very dare they? Think it's slang. Heard it as a verb and a noun. A what? Breaking all of the rules now. It's breaking all of the rules. Welcome back. Writing about Alexander the Great was a chore and a half. Why? There's plenty of information about somebody like Alexander the Great out there. You know? The man, the myth, legend in his own pants. That's me. My third favorite Yorkshireman. How dare you? How dare you? How dare I be so low on your chart of Yorkshiremen there? Scandalous, I tell you. Bloody scandalous. It's cool. Yeah, I appreciate it. How are we this wonderful weekend? I have had a very, very busy one. I have had a very, 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 very busy one. I've had a very busy couple of months. But we crack on. We keep going. We keep doing bits and pieces and what have yous. This is the reason why many of you may have noticed that I haven't been posting YouTube videos recently. It's because I literally don't have the energy. I do not have the fucking energy to I don't have the time and I don't have the energy to do all of the filming and the editing of all the bits and pieces. I've got loads and loads to talk about, loads of shit that I need to sort out, loads of bits and pieces, but I just don't have the time and the energy to do it all at the moment. So there will be a return to the YouTube videos, but I just need to find myself some space to be able to do that without sending myself completely and utterly stir crazy. Do you know what I mean? Completely and utterly stir crazy. Pet shops are super expensive, that sort of thing. Yeah, I always found it really, really weird. Like, there's certain dynamics that I get really confused by. Like, you can go to a beach, friends. You can go to a beach and pick up a rock on the beach and be like, this is a really cool fucking rock. I want to take this rock home. This is in the UK, at least. I want to take this rock home and put this rock in my fish tank because it's a cool fucking rock. And I think it looked really fucking cool in my fish tank. But you're not allowed. You're not allowed to take rocks from beaches in the United Kingdom because of erosion laws. So you're not allowed to take rocks home with you. Because the more rocks that everybody takes, if everyone in an entire city takes one rock, then that's like 1 million less rocks on that beach. And therefore erosion happens much, much quicker. Do you know what I mean? And the UK is a little chalky island, and a little chalky island erodes very fucking quickly. But then if you want to go to get a rock for your tank of a similar shape, size, and style, you go to a fish shop, an aquarium shop, or a pet shop, or what have you, and you have to pay through your arsehole for it. You have to pay through your arsehole for it. You go to a shop and you're like, cool, I would really like this fancy rock or what have you that's like the size of my own face. And it's like, so that's going to cost you £46. And you're like, £46? £46 for a fucking rock? And they're like, yeah, £46 for a fucking rock. And I'm like, I could literally go to Hessel Foreshore, which is like a local beach area, and pick up a fucking rock of the same size and stylization as this. And they're like, yeah, but you can't. You're not allowed to do that because erosion. If you take that away, you are condemning the entirety of the United Kingdom to death. And then you weigh it up in your mind and you're like, is the destruction of the entirety of the United Kingdom worth me paying £46 for a fucking rock? And then you realize that a lot of the things what I'll say is the way that politics is going, we're not talking about politics, the way that politics is going in the United Kingdom at the moment, and the way that the political shift has happened with the general populace, it is more and more tempting to take that rock from Hessel Foreshore, all right? It is more and more tempting to take that bloody rock and put it in a fucking fish tank instead of paying £46 for a fucking piece of fucking slate or whatever. God damn it. Anyway. It's really hard, you know? The more people I see be racist, the more likely I am to take a rock from a beach. There you go. That's where I stand on the matter. That's where I stand on the matter. The more bigotry I see on my Facebook feed, the more likely I am is to steal rocks from a beach and put them in my fish tank. Oh, shit. Whew. Currently cycling a tank my boss kindly gave to me. Once they're ready, the shrimp will be moving over. Yeah, I've got a smaller tank that I want to make into a shrimp tank. Oh, I've got a small one that I really want to make into a shrimp tank. Love a good turtleneck. I do also love a good turtleneck. It has to be said. Each Lego set has a unique number to identify it, and that number is also on the box. All my sets are 0 to 99. You have like OG sets, Milky Pork. You have original antique fucking sets of Lego. Black turtleneck and a good necklace. Black turtleneck, good necklace, and like a dinner jacket, Marshland. Like a nice dinner jacket on it. Yes, 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 yes. Than having Steve Jobs phase with the turtlenecks. I really like them. I really like them. I never thought I would, but I think it's because I don't look like a preppy businessman. I look like a shop worn wizard. Do you know what I mean?
Panda to Mago, panda to it, panda to it.
That is crazy that rocks sell for that much. Too many people take rock for granite.
I was just about to be like, yeah. And then I realized what you were doing. God damn it! You're a papa! Thank you very much, 100 little panderings. You shit! God damn it! You come in, you get 5. I know what you did. You give the 5 gift subs purely, so you could lull me into a false sense of security, didn't you? That was what was going on there. That's what happened. I get it. You get. Another one who normally orders pizzas, but I have a craving for it today. I fucking love pizza. I am quite... The go-to meal is always a pizza. It's just so fucking easy. Pizzas are just so fucking easy. They're very easy to deal with and just, you know, fucking done and done. Done and done. Nothing to worry about. Done. Do you know what I mean? I prefer hoodies over turtlenecks because I hate anything tight around my neck and my wrists. Tight around your neck and wrists. Inky Z! Coming in with the prime for 4 months, you cheeky little devil. Good lord! Yeah, I never used to like things around my neck. And then as time has gone on, I'm like, ooh, I've got a cold neck. Inky Z coming in with the prime, you cheeky devil. Your name is now inscribed on the mirror of vein. By having your name upon the mirror of vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes, but the most important thing is you got to roll over every morning. Look in the mirror. Oh, God, do I look rough. But God damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, harra, sexy. Oh, yes, meow. You know? Thank you for using your Prime here. You could use it anywhere you wanted, and you choose to use it here, and that means the world to me. Thank you. Thank you, you beautiful being. I appreciate that. Yeah, I like the hoodie is good. Like I said, I came straight from rehearsals, so I was just like, right, okay, nice, easy layers, can take it on and off, no issues at all. But generally speaking, I never used to like turtlenecks. I found them too pretentious. But I think that the turtlenecks that I'm wearing a lot of recently and the way that I style them makes me look like a middle-aged practicer of pagan magics over like the pretentious rich boy who likes golf but doesn't know how to play it. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Second is Chunk, and first is Patrick Stewart, of course. I can't believe that Chunk is above me in that scenario, Bear. I cannot believe that my dear friend, my glorious housemate, my happy-go-lucky scamp of an individual who lives here, would come second over my delightful, if somewhat rugged, visage. Scandalous. All right? Van has a very, very busy insert Van's age here. Oh, I don't like how you called me out there, Milky Pock. I don't like how you called me out there. You shit. That is not pleasant. You bastard. There's so much information trying to tone it down, so it didn't make it an hour. So I didn't make it an hour long. Was I don't think it was rough. Plus the cross reference was a short. Yeah. Ooh, I can understand that. That's what I'm gonna have to do for this sex education thing. When we do the sex education history thing, I'm gonna have to whittle down all of that stuff. Still need everyone to pick a thing. I'm gonna throw them out. I think I've still got my list here somewhere. History of sex toys / vibrators / the violet wand. History of condoms / contraception. History of STIs. History of hidden erotic art in everyday items, which is a fascinating one, but I'd have to do a little bit of research to find out how feasible that is as a subject. And then the history of erotic censorship, which sounds very, very interesting, but I feel like that's going to be fucking massive. That is going to be fucking massive. I would have to like pick down to like 5 major censorship events throughout history or something. Those are our current options, though I might pick something, you know. Yes, it's a law that people definitely obey. They do not steal rocks from the beach. No, good, no, that's not a thing. Definitely not. Bits, how you doing, you cheeky little devil? How you doing? The shops get their rocks from other countries and need to pay the erosion tax. Is that what it is about it? Oh my god. Do you know what? I don't know whether you're joking or not, but I could imagine that being a thing. Where you've got an aquarium that orders rocks from a completely different country purely because of the erosion laws of the UK. How's it going, Biohazard? How you doing? Did you rob a bank for the Twitch merch? Honestly, Biohazard, I am gutted that I'm wearing Twitch merch right now. I like the Twitch merch. Don't get me wrong. I like the Twitch merch, all right? It feels very comfortable. It's very well made. I quite like this specific styling. I will say 90% of Twitch merch is not my cup of tea. I am not a fan of it in any way, shape, or form. This particular hoodie and the hoodie that I've got upstairs, I like those hoodies. But I always said to myself that I would never, ever wear them on stream. I was like, I will never wear these on stream because I feel like a sellout wearing Twitch merch while doing a Twitch stream. That's what I feel. I feel like a sellout. I feel like I'm sucking the fucking corporate cock is what I feel like when I am wearing Twitch merch on Twitch's stream while doing a Twitch stream. Do you know what I mean? That's what I feel like in my fucking soul. You are? Thanks, Bio. Thanks, Biohazard. You shit. However, I literally got back in at like 20 to 6, smashed some food in my face, and
missed kind.
What?
Yeah, you subscribed. Missed kind.
What? What? Huh?
Yeah,
what? Sebastian!
Missed kind.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you subscribed.
What? It's like, what? Sebastian! 20?
Yeah, you subscribed. Missed kind.
20!
Yeah,
and then Milky Pork gifting another 5? Kind. What? We had 5 from Europapa earlier. Oh. This is like the last day of November. What are you doing? Yeah, what's going on here?
Missed kind.
What is happening? Yeah, it's going to keep doing this because apparently the API is not ready. Not ready for 20 gift subs. What the fuck, Smaddy? And thank you so much. And Milky Pork, thank you so much for the 5.
Yeah, you subscribed.
God damn it.
Missed kind.
God damn it. Oh my lord. Right, let me inscribe those names on the mirror vein.
Yeah.
First one.
Missed kind.
Second one.
Yeah, you subscribed. Missed kind.
Third one.
Ooh,
push this aside for a second.
Kind. Yeah, you subscribed. Missed kind.
Fourth one.
Yeah, you subscribed.
Fifth one.
Kind. Yeah, you subscribed. Missed kind.
Whatever that one was.
Yeah, you subscribed. Missed kind.
I think this one's the 7th. Oh my lordy. Friends, if you've been gifted a sub from either the glorious Abadian or the wondrous Milky Pork, please say a massive thank you to those wonderful individuals. That's so fucking kind of you, friends. That's so unbelievably kind of you. God damn it. That one.
Yeah, you subscribed.
What?
Missed kind.
What? High glass, what the fuck? What? Another 5? High glass, that's so fucking kind as well. What? Hold on. What is happening? What is occurring here? I don't understand. Oh my lordy. I'm trying to catch up. Okay, I don't want to call people out just in case they're lurking, but all of you beautiful individuals, I am in the process of inscribe your name upon the mirror veins. The mirror of veins. The mirror of vein, even. Okay. I'm catching up steadily but surely. Yeah. Mayor Whitefire, I've seen you in chat, so I can shout you out. Oh my good lord. Hold on. I'm catching up. No! What is going on? An anonymous individual. Look at them, sneaky. Anonymous individual. What is happening? It's the last day of November, friends. What is occurring here? The payday's like tomorrow. What the shit? What is occurring? I'm catching up. Right. Okay, 3 more of Zabadian's 20. That's a name that I recognize from Instagram. Okay, that's Zabadian's 20. Friends, if you've been gifted a sub from Zabadian, please say a massive thank you to Zabadian for that. And then Milky Pork coming in and gifting another 5.
Hand it to my ego. Hand it to it. Hand it to it.
I hear a trainer coming.
I saw it. It was on the brink. On the brink. We're starting at level 7. We are starting No!
Most kind.
What are you doing, Milky Pork? Another 5? Another 5. Don't you chat stream me, Eris, alright? Don't you bloody chat stream me, Sunshine. God damn it. The third one of the first lot of Milky Porks. The 4th one.
Hand it to my ego. Hand it to it.
Oh my lord!
I will chat stream you. As the deity of chaos. Glorious chaos shall reign.
How dare you? How very dare you? Come in here. Just make it worth the 50 as well. No, Zabadian!
Most kind.
Zabadian 7 tier 2s? 7 tier 2s! No! Eyeglass paying forward the one they got from Zabadian on with another 5. Huh? Oh my god! The words are there. Ooh, da, da, da. Yep, they are all things. Okay, so these are all ones that have been by Eyeglass. Eyeglass, thank you so much, you beautiful individual. Thanks so much for coming out of lurk and being unreasonably kind, you beautiful bean.
Hand it to it. Hand it to it.
Well, looks like's time for a good stroke, a rub, and a name for an explosion. Ha, choo choo and get loved.
Don't you even,
Why
friends.
do trees seem suspicious on sunny days? Dunno, they're just a bit shady. Did you hear about the scientist who was lab partners with a pot of boiling water?
Oh god.
He had a very esteemed colleague.
No. This vexes me. This vexes me, Astra. Thank you very much for 100 little panderings, you shit. And then the second lot of 5 from Milky Pork there. Third one. Fourth one. And fifth one. Oh my fucking god. Friends. And then Zabadian with 7 tier 2s. What the fuck? And we're on a level 9. This is a random Sunday, friends. This is a random No!
Missed kind.
10th carriage connected.
Yeah, you subscribed. Missed kind.
And then 3 tier 3s.
Kind.
Zabadian. 3
Hand it to
tier
me, go.
3s.
Hand it to it. Hand it to it.
Toot toot.
Don't you toot it. Friends, if you happen to be new here, all right, we ignore hype trains. As you can see, some people are not very good at it. Some people are not very good at it. Okay? Level 10. What the fuck? What the fuck? I don't even stream on a Sunday. I don't even stream on a Sunday. What are you doing? Fucking thank you so much, friends. Okay, you've done more than enough. You can leave it alone. You can leave it alone. Moop in, you cheeky devil. Thank you very much for identifying the emo. Just Mika with the 40 bitties as well. Oh my god. Right, just hold the fun, Sunshine. Just hold the fun. Well, I do these 7 tier 2s. 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. God damn it. Milky Pork, come here, cheeky devil. What do you like claiming cheeky kisses, you shit, you? God damn it, you what? There's a whole load of things going on here. And then Zabani with the 3 gifted tier 3. 3 tier 3 Zabadian. Oh my god. Right, hold on. I've got the tiny little tier 3 mirror out. One.
Hand it to my ego. Hand it to it. Hand it to it.
2.
Translation: we do not ignore hype trains. We do, however, treat them as an impromptu erection.
Yeah, you
We
subscribed.
stroke them, we give them
Missed
lots of
kind.
attention and love. We keep pounding away till they explode and shower Valen in the sticky goodness of Chad's love.
There's a lot
Also,
of sticky
why did
goopness
the
going on right
Scarecrow
now.
win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field.
Oh, for God's sake. That one's old. That one's ridiculously old. What the dickens? And then Max Wattage gifting us up to 1 true cripple there.
Yeah, you subscribed.
No more.
You missed kind.
No more. No.
Yeah, you subscribed. You missed kind.
Stop. What are you doing? What is going on here? What is happening? What is happening? An anonymous gifter gifted a sub to Apple in my butt. And then Max also gifting us some sub to a wonderful individual, but I don't know if they're lurking or not, so I won't call them out. Oh my god. You got the 950 sub badge gift?
Yeah,
what the...
Most kind.
An anonymous gifter gifting us up to butt in my butt. Mooping gigantifying trousers for some unknown reason. What is happening? What is this? What is this? This isn't even like a cheap hype train. You people are just gluttons for it. What is happening here? What is going on? Not the microwave tea. Oh my god, Moopin. That upsets me. That upsets me deep in my little soul. Friends. Friends. A 10-carriage hype train has just left the fucking station. What the actual fuck? On a Sunday. On a Sunday. On a bloody Sunday. It's a bloody Sunday. God damn it, friends. I got you two in my head. That's what you get. That's what you get for your kindness, Sebastian. Moopin coming in for the 64 months.
Guess I'll catch the bus.
Fuck her now. Oh my god. What the fuck, friends? Level 10. Uh-huh. Friends, if you've got hype train emotes, could you please throw them out now to say a massive thank you to all those people that subbed, the gifted sub that threw all those little bitties out there, and also a thank you to all those people that subbed before, all the gift subs we had before. I've inscribed all of your names upon the mirror of Vane. By having your name upon the mirror of Vane, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devils. You also get access 10% off. You get 10% off all of the things on our merch store. But please be aware that Christmas jumpers, you won't get them by Christmas now. It's too late. It's too late. So don't be buying them. Unless you want them for next year, don't be buying those. And you also get access to all the sexy little emotes. All you tier 2s, you also get access to the Pokemon emotes with my face on them. And the tier 3s, you get access to those, all of those. And the cursed emotes. The cursed emotes. But the most important thing is you tier 1s have got to roll over every morning and go, God, do I look rough? But god damn, do I make rough look good? You tier 2s have got to go, God, I wish I was someone else, just so I could look at me. And you tier 3s have got to look in your tiny little mirror, your tiny little mirror, and go, God, I wish they'd bring around cloning. So when someone says, go fuck yourself, I literally could. And all of you need to go, ooh, harra, sexy, ooh, yes, meow, you know? I am looking particularly disheveled. I am sleepy. I am tired. I have no makeup on. I'm wearing a Twitch hoodie while on a Twitch live stream, which I said I would never fucking do. 'Cause What the fuck? I'm not even streaming on a day that I normally stream. I never stream on a Sunday. I never stream on a Sunday. Like, what? Huh? What? Excuse me? You bastards, what? What? Enough gifts, exactly, pretty hate monger. I mean, it vexes me that you are a hate monger, but I do appreciate the prettiness. Enough gifts! All of the gifts! You people are far too bloody kind to me as it is. I'm drinking a very festive fizzy drink. It's about to fade, so it's good. It's the last day of the month. You're a papa. Nobody should have any money. What the fuck? It's the last day of the month. There's the username. Now we can all go home. That wins the internet today. Oh my fucking god. Thank you, friends. Just fucking thank you. It's not even fucking Vanemas. Vanemas is in like a couple of weeks' time. What the shit? What the shit? It's not Bloody Monday, but it sounds similar to so you got this. It's a bloody Sunday. It's a bloody Sunday. Brave Emily Technical, thank you so much for, and thank you all you beautiful people. I've seen a few people popping in today saying thank you to those people that gifted them subs. Thank you so much for popping out a lurk to say thank you to those individuals. I really appreciate it. Our high school sent its seniors on our official senior trip to Europe. It was pretty dope. I remember meeting a professional roller derby player. They were on the same tour as us. One night in Barcelona, we were all sitting in the hotel and we came up with the idea of them teaching us how to roller derby. However, there were too many venues open and no one could agree on a location. They couldn't handle the Spanish rink decision. No one expects the Spanish rink decision. Oh my god. It was payday for many on Friday, but the first of the month is Monday. They should get paid on the Monday, surely. They should get paid on the Monday, surely. What the fuck? What the fuck? Friends, thank you. Just fucking thank you. It is not an easy thing being a full-time content creator, friends. It is not an easy thing being a full-time content creator. And very recently, I talked about it on Friday, but I just, I had a bit of a panic, a bit of a worry. My asshole was going 5p, 10p, 5p, 10p, 5p, 10p. I don't like to talk about it because it's not anybody else's problem. Do you know what I mean? No, it's not anybody else's problem. I like being honest with you all, 100%. And I said I would be. But there's still part of me that's like, it's no one else's issue. And then you come and fucking spoil me like this. On a day I don't normally stream. At a time I don't normally stream. God damn it, you bastards. Where is the ESP? Oh, hello. God damn it, you bastards. Oh. You shits. Oh, you're making me feel things. Actual emotions. Bastards. Just thank you. just fucking thank you. Not the actual emotions. I know. The actual ones. Yeah, Jesus. I'm very humbled. I'm very grateful. I'm really fucking grateful, friends. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Fucking, I can't even. I can't fucking even. I just. Oh my god. Your workplace pays out on the last day of the month. What is this? What is this? I'm employed to start on the 15th, so that'll be exciting. That'll be exciting just before the festive season as well. Or just in the middle of the festive season. That means it's going to be wild for you. That's good. Throwing you into the deep end there, Marshland. Is that for Europeans? Here, if you paid halfway in the next month, you're lucky. It depends. It depends. For Twitch, whatever I earn, like the first of the month to the last. So for October, for example, whatever I earn from the 1st of October to the last of October, I get paid on the 15th of November. Whatever I earn from the 1st of November to the last of November, I get paid on the 15th of December. So I know that that's their pay cycle. It didn't used to be. The way that their pay cycle used to be was like I think it was 2 months or a month. So it was like first from the 15th of September to the 15th of October, and you would get paid on the 15th of November. That kind of thing, which was a weird dynamic. But in the UK, it's generally a month. So you get paid... You work a month, and you get paid the following month. As it were. Yeah, that whole thing. It's been a long time since I've had a really real job. A really real job. Getting emotional. Yeah, I can't fucking help myself, can I? God damn it. God damn it. Doesn't have to be our problem, but it's still something you're going through. So there's many people care about you. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I'm just... Yeah, just very grateful. Just very fucking grateful. From them feelers, I know. For Vainmus, I don't even think I can deal with Vainmus right now. Given how I'm feeling right now, in like 2 weeks' time, I don't know whether I'm going to fucking deal with Vainmus. Never mind anything else. Jesus Christ. Money stress is the worst, though. It's awful to have, and it's awful to have the necessary evil keep biting you in the ass. Yeah. And I've been very open and honest with how unstable Twitch can be. To the point where I actually suggested on Friday's stream, which again, I don't normally stream on Fridays either. I suggested on Friday's stream that I put a little section in the Discord and be very open and honest with you all about exactly how much I'm earning and where it's all coming from every month. So that you can physically see, because I do not think there are any official policy things that stop me from sharing that information with you. But I was like, maybe if people are interested in exactly how much I'm earning and where it's all coming from every month, I mean, I'm not against sharing that information. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to be like, oh, this person has gifted this many subs, because that's A, nobody else's business, and B, I don't want to put people on the fucking spot like that. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, like there's a whole thing for that. And I could be like, this is how much I got from gift subs or from subscriptions as a whole. This is how much I got from ad revenue, etc. And then anybody who doesn't want to watch it doesn't have to watch it. You know what I mean? But I need to just double check with the policy to make sure that I'm not going to fucking get banned for being oversharing. Being too honest in Twitch, you know? It's not spoiling, it's simply love in action. It is spoiling. Love in action can be spoiling. You spoil me, friends. You spoil me. Not the actual emotions. Not the gum. Zabadian, the way that I read that was like, you know, the gingerbread man from Shrek. Not the gumdrop buttons. Not the actual emotions. Anything but the actual emotions. If you're feeling things, time to stare into our souls. All those emotions through the medium of staring. Staring. Feel my emotions. Fucking hell. The delirium's kicked in. Ooh! Oh, Jesus Christ. You got paid last week? People get paid at the end of the month? I thought it was always the beginning of the month or like halfway through the month. I thought that was like the go-to scenarios. Audacity is a very good software. Audacity is great. I like Audacity for audio software. Audacity is a good free audio software. It does take a little bit of knowledge of how audio works to get it to work, but I use that for like voice acting stuff when people employ me to do voice acty things. I've heard of it many to poke your brain about tech stuff eventually. Not too much promise. There's an audio editing tool. I don't like editing using Audacity. I much prefer the video software that I use, but for recording, I think Audacity is a great tool. Thank you. I've been there before doing holiday cover at my old clinical training place. Already getting stress dreams, but I do need the money, so after yeah, I get it. Absolutely, absolutely. You got to make ends meet. You got to make ends meet, friends, which is why it's important, and I'll say it a million, billion, trillion times, it's important, friends, that if you're here and you're wanting to give to me or any other streamer on the entirety of the platform, make sure you cover your own stuff first. Make sure you cover your own rent, your own bills, and make sure you have enough food and stuff like that. Make sure you've got enough so that you can treat yourself at least once a month, so you can do something special for yourself at least once a month. And once all of those things are done, once all of that is out of the picture, then be like, oh, consider streamers. Do you know what I mean? But your life must always come first, right? 3-shift schedule. Ooh, that sounds like quite the interesting cycle. 3-shift after 3-shift. How's it going, Sage? How you doing, you cheeky devil? Missed your faces. We missed you too. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, you cheeky devil. I'm not prepared for famous, but here we are. Let's see. Oh, you got 2 weeks. It's fine. It's fine. Do you have a PO box anymore? No, I don't have a PO box anymore. Do not have a PO box anymore because we had issues with the last one. We had issues with the last one. Could add a fake line for funds coming from MI5. I could do. I can tell you now. How did you know I got paid by MI5? How did you know? They pay me specifically to be really fucking questionable. Lux!
I declare that I have met the required financial obligations to myself before clicking this button.
God damn it, Lux. God damn it, for 2 years, Lux. Fucking 2 years. 2 bloody years. I should now describe a nip on the mirror vein. By having your name on the Mirror Veiny means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you'll roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, do I look rough? But God damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, sexy. Ooh, yes, meow. You know? Yeah, no. Where was I? What was going on here? What's happening? I'm sad that I can't give you ad revenue right now. I'll be able to in 5 days. Buddy, don't you even. Don't you fucking even. The amount of fucking gift subs you give to this community. If you don't have a subscription, and I know all too well that this community, this wonderful goddamn supportive community, I know all too well that as soon as you don't have a subscription, one of these beautiful people is going to gift you a subscription. And if they don't, if I can get in early enough, I'll do it myself. I will do it myself. The amount of fucking subscriptions you give to this wonderful community is unfucking real. The only reason I haven't gifted you a subscription myself is because by the time I realize that you don't have a subscription, somebody else has jumped in and done it. By the time I even notice the fact that you don't have a little sub badge by your name, somebody else is like, no, we can't have this. We can't have this. No. Zabadian has to be subscribed to this goddamn channel. Look. I know. Because I fucking see it. And I'm like, you bastards, you got there before me. Sad well when loving means spoiling because it doesn't happen enough. It's true though. It's true. But I don't know. I think you can do both. Like Ayla Zana, I understand that this entire community has a fondness for me. All right? The entire community has a fondness for me. Whether that be what could be considered love is entirely up to the individual. Do you know what I mean? I completely get it. And in a platonic kind of way. Do you know what I mean? I get that. I get that entirely. But everything that I do on this stream is free. It is free. It doesn't cost you a single penny to be a part of this community. It doesn't cost you a single thing to be involved in this community and be part of the live streams and stuff like that. That is all free. And I do that because we share that communal affection for each other, you know? When people choose to then dig into their pockets and throw money at me and treat the rest of the community and literally give me a fucking paycheck every month, that's spoiling me. That's spoiling me. Because I do it all for free. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't say that the loving means spoiling. I would say that you all love me and you spoil me. Some of you don't. I know there's at least somebody in the community that hates the fuck out of me, and that's all right. That's okay. I'll allow that as well. I'll permit it. You know? Quick Google does suggest that you want to check the TOS before sharing too much. Yeah, Gilus, there was a thing a while back with the old contracts with Twitch where it was like you can't tell people how much you earn. You weren't allowed to disclose your earnings. But then they replaced it all with the monetization agreement, and I think that clause, I seem to remember when it happened, when they replaced it all with the monetization agreement, they deleted that information. So yeah, that's the thing. I suppose the other way I could get around it is by if I can't give you exact numbers by saying this is how many dollars I earned and then show you what the conversion is into Great British pounds, because the dollar is fucking shit at the moment, I could tell you how many subscriptions I got. Then people could kind of work it out for themselves, although it doesn't kind of work like that because of localized billing. But yeah, that's the other option potentially. Good point. My Amazon has 2 different PO box delivery addresses stored in it for Valen. I don't know if either was still valid. No, none of them max wattage. I don't have any PO boxes. I don't have any PO boxes now, because the ones that there used to be a PO box address for small packages and a PO box address for larger packages. But that, and they were both under the same company, but that company were basically like, if you can't tell me exactly what's in every single package, then you can't have this as a PO box. And I was like, well, the whole point is it's meant to be a surprise. What the fuck? What, like, it's meant to be a surprise. If people are sending me things, it's so they can see me open it and see the fucking surprise on my face. And they're like, no, we don't do that anymore. And I'm like, fuck my life, right? Okay. You get paid every other week, You're a Papa, so it's in like a fortnightly cycle. That's interesting. I think my pay was every other week when I worked in a bar back in the day. So yeah, that makes sense. I mean, well, I don't know what you do, You're a Papa, but evidently there are still jobs out there that do it on a fortnightly basis. That's interesting. Audacity and VLC are goated. I love Audacity. VLC I find really, really interesting when it comes to... I use VLC for media file conversions. So converting something into like an MP4 so that I can... or MP3 so that I can actually edit it on the software that I use. But I don't use VLC for editing. Use Audacity for normalizing parts of IVR telephony menus. Interesting. The normalizing and sound reduction, like background sound reduction, is excellent on Audacity. How you doing, Music Man? How's it going, you beautiful individual? I edit with Canva mostly. I've been using Premiere Pro because it's free since I use it in one of my courses. Audacity is free to download. DaVinci Resolve is free to download. DaVinci Resolve is a video editing software, but you can use it for audio editing. I do use it for audio editing and just export it as an MP3 as opposed to an MP4. Yeah, it can do all the things. All the things. I've long thought about how people should, in fact, talk more about their streams' income and how much they're making, because more transparency is good. Actually, I agree. But can't be asked to format it better than that. Honestly, no, I get it, Marshland. The thing is that an awful lot of people, like, I turn around and I'll openly tell you that I've been doing this full-time for a very, very long period of time. I've been doing it full-time for 5 years. Since 2020, I've been doing content creation full-time. And in those years, my earnings, I think the lowest I have ever earned in a month was approximately, like, within those 5 years, was like $400 to $500. The most I have ever earned was just over $2,000. Obviously, quite a massive difference there. And I will also tell you that they were both within 2 months of each other, where I literally earned like $2,000 something dollars, and then the following month I earned like $400, $500. And that is the level of roller coaster that the level of stability that full-time content creation can have. It's quite the roller coaster. It's quite the roller coaster. It has to be said. And which is why I am so unbelievably grateful when people decide to throw their hard-earned money at me, because you people work for you people work for your money. You people work hard for your fucking money, and the fact that you then choose to spend it on me means the fucking world to me. It really fucking does. It really fucking does. If you're feeling up to it today, please may I have a birth anniversary song? Only if you're up to it, though. If not, there's no problem. Yeah, of course you can, Painted Lady. Music, shut the fuck up. Painted Lady, happy birth anniversary to you. Happy birth anniversary to you. Happy birth anniversary, dear Painted Lady. Happy birth anniversary to you. Oh, my lordy. Happy birthday, painted lady. Slightly belated, but happy birthday, painted lady. A beautiful individual. Max, thank you very much for gigantifying those emotes. And Moopin, thank you very much for gigantifying all those emotes you gigantified previously, you beautiful beans. You fucking, again, spoil me, you cheeky devils. Spoil the fuck out of me. Right, let me scroll up a bit because it's auto scrolling and doing bits and pieces. Yeah, okay, cool. Audacity is okay, but I prefer SoundForge for recording and SoundForge Pro for editing audio. I used to use SoundForge, and I moved away from SoundForge, and I cannot remember the reason why. There was a reason, though. There was a very specific reason why I moved away from SoundForge. Like, I used to use SoundForge like 10 years ago. So it's probably changed since then. But it was a long time ago that I used SoundForge. And I moved away from it for very specific reasons. I think there was an issue with it rendering or something. It would never render right. So I was like, yeah, fuck this nonsense. And moved on to other things. And then I used Sony Vegas for a long time. Last one couldn't fit a 20-inch toy with a 3-inch girth. I'm like, oh, lordy. I mean, what? Who can? I mean, I don't know. I've seen people train their assholes pretty intensely. What? I mean, what? Who? What? Did what? What? Considering some of the shenanigans security government agencies get up to, I wouldn't put it past them to fund you for the entertainment value of it. Yeah, could you imagine? Oh, well, Val's been paid off by MI5. Why? They would never pay me off. I'm far too questionable of a fucking individual. I am much more likely to be arrested than paid off by the government. Let's not lie about this. Let's not lie about this. What do you mean? Spent most of my career making Q Division gadgets for them. Oh, really? For MI5? That would be interesting. They would probably they might employ me to give them inspirations for deviant sex toys that spies can use. That might be the reason why MI5 paid me off, you know. Had a job that paid every other week too. You did personal care assistant. Oh right, okay, maybe it's a job style thing then. Pay was fortnightly when I worked for the government. Okay. Good relaxing after driving 400 kilometers. 400,000 miles back from my parents' place on Friday. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I don't even know. I know how many miles it is, but can I get that in kilometers, please? Just over 300 kilometers. Kilometers. Which was me. The trip I took on Monday and on Thursday back again was just over 300. So now I have a relevant perspective, Music Man. That is quite a lot of kilometers. That is quite a significant amount of kilometers you got going on there. Jesus Christ. Audacity is surprisingly good for a free software. They were, Eric, but I've heard recently some people complain about Audacity because there was something about them choosing to go monetized or something like that. I haven't read into it, but I heard rumors. I heard rumors that they were changing things up and getting monetized or getting monetized, or they were starting to charge for something. I can't remember. There was something about it that was that was causing a stir. Have you done content creation part-time before? Yeah, Marshland. So I did content creation part-time, but what I did when I first started content creation was I was a freelance performer. So I would do cabarets and I would do stage shows and I'd do like panto tours and stuff like that. And the initial idea was that I would, in between tours, so in between like stage show tours and stuff like that, I would do streaming. So this was kind of like a filler for me. I wouldn't say it was like part-time. It was just like, okay, when I'm not on tour, I'll stream. And then I really got into streaming, and then I took streaming away on tour with me a couple of times, where I'd do like 1 or 2 streams a week while I was on tour, which was quite fun. and try and do some like backstage stuff where I would go around and show people the set and what was going on backstage and where we got all our makeup done and where the costume and stuff was. I used to do all that as like a live stream. And then the pandemic hit, 2020 hit, and I had 7 tours cancelled. I had 7 tours booked in for 2020, and I had them all cancelled. And I was like, fuck, what do I do? What do I do now? Now that I'm like full of creative energy and nowhere to fucking go and nowhere to make any money or anything like that. And I was like, right, fuck it. I'm going to put all of my energy into streaming. So I put all of my creative juices, all of my flamboyant, artistic, pretentious juices into live streaming. And then when the world opened back up again in late 2021, and people started doing tours and started doing bits and pieces again, I realized that I couldn't leave streaming behind. I loved it too much. So instead of going straight back into that stuff, I was like, right, how do I find a happy medium where I can still do the performance-y stuff, but I can also do the full-time streaming? And the way I'm doing it at the moment is exactly that. It's like I'm a full-time streamer, but I do cabarets on weekends. I do my own events and stuff like that. I just don't do tours anymore. I don't do like big month-long tours. Next week, I'm doing shows like every single night, but because it's in my hometown, I'm like, well, I can do all of the shows next week without having to worry, you know? Which is the reason why I'll be streaming noon GMT till 4 p.m. GMT every day, including Thursday, and then closing stream, jumping straight in the car and going straight to the Christmas parade that I'm doing. Zabadi and you take it easy. Thank you so unbelievably much once again for your unbelievable kindness. You fucking amazing human being. I appreciate you so fucking much. Sleep well, you beautiful individual. I really appreciate you. I really fucking appreciate you. God damn it. All of the ooze. Yeah, exactly. Sounded like gargling mouthwash at the end. Yeah, it's because I run out of breath. I run out of breath, and at the very end, I'm just kind of pushing out the last vestiges of air from my lungs, and I'm like, oh, you know. What you're doing here is also work. Oh yeah, no, I get it, Eric, 100%. This is work. I work harder doing this than I have worked in any other job in my life. I have done call center shit. I have been a pharmaceutical auditor. I have been a compliance officer. I have worked in fancy dress shops. I have worked in theaters. I have done all manner of interesting and peculiar jobs, and I work so much harder doing content creation than I do in any of those other ones. But I always like to take the piss in regards to so many people being like, oh, when are you going to get a real job? And I'm like, oh yeah, back when I did a really real job. Because it's like, yeah, this is my job. I've been doing it for 5 years. I pay my bills. I pay for the roof over my head. I pay for everything courtesy of you beautiful individuals, but I still pay for everything because it's still my job. Do you know what I mean? The way I describe it is online busking. You know, like the buskers in the street where they're playing like a guitar or what have you, and if you like them, you throw coins in their little hat or their guitar case or something like that. This is... The way I describe it is online busking. I provide entertainment, and if people like it and they have the money available, then they throw the money my way, you know? And I'm very thankful and appreciative of it. Soundforge and Sony Vegas are combined now. Do like the Vegas plugins, especially the noise reduction one. Use it all the time at work. I used to use Sony Vegas, and then it was costing me through my asshole. So I was like, fine, I'm going to pick free ones. That's when I picked up Audacity and started playing around with that. And when I moved over from Sony Vegas to no, I had another one. I moved Sony Vegas to DaVinci Resolve, but there was another one that I had in between that I also spent a small fortune on. cannot remember what it was called now for the life of me. For the life of me. But I did use another editing software in between that time. Significant of those kilometers were through New Jersey, specifically Elizabeth, New Jersey. I hate driving through that city. Really? There's an awful lot of cities in the UK that are all just chaotic, pain in the ass fucking cities to drive. Leeds has got a terrible system. There is literally a junction in a city called Birmingham in the UK that is known as Spaghetti Junction because the roads are all over the fucking place. It's called Spaghetti Junction because a million different roads go into the junction and you have got to work out which fucking weird ass way you've got to be able to get out of the fucking thing, the way you want to get out. It's a nightmare. Spaghetti Junction is one of the worst places to drive. In fact, I go well out of my way to avoid it whenever I can. Wait, we all got Valence juices? You did, and you can sell it online for £1.50 and a packet of crisps. Packet of chips for you Americans out there. Looked up complaints on Audacity and it's all been about the UI or software being worse in recent updates. Nothing about monetization. Thank you very much for checking that, Eric. Evidently, whatever I read was full of shit. Potentially. It's very much online busking. Yeah, I thought it was a good comparison, to be fair, Marshland. I thought it was a pretty good comparison, online busking. That's exactly how I explained it to no internet people, online street performers. Yeah. Effectively. Instead of playing a guitar, I sit here and chat shit for hours on end, you know? The saucy online busker, I'll take it. I will happily take it, for sure. It wasn't that bad to drive through. It was more that the city of Elizabeth, New Jersey literally smells bad. Okay. My city, my hometown, the hometown of Hull, was voted in 2008. Okay, let me give a bit of a representation here. So when I went to university to study theatre and all things to do with theatre. It was theatre and the industry of theatre. And they asked us to bring in a paragraph, a few sentences about our own city, about the place where we came from, so that it was like a nice little icebreaker to get to know new people. We didn't know anybody in the class, etc. It was like, how do we get to know each other? I know, let's, instead of just being like, hi, my name's Valen, and I have got a spindly goblin cock. Many people think that my forehead is a giant solar panel dedicated to the language of love. They were like, right, bring in something about your hometown so that you can talk about your hometown. So people brought in like paragraphs about the most amazing things that happened in their hometown, about historical events that happened in their hometown, about all these different things. And I brought in a single sentence, and it was from an article called The Worst Cities in Europe. And it turns out that in 2008, Hull, the city of Kingston upon Hull, was voted the worst city in Europe because, and I quote, its streets smell of death. Yeah. That was it. That was the whole thing. They were like, really, Val? Like, you're not going to tell us anything else? Nope. You asked us to bring in something. I brought it in. Its streets smell of death. And to be fair, they do. Not like at the moment. Winter's kind of a good time. But like during the summer, when all of the drainage systems, because we're under sea level, like the entirety of my city is under sea level. So, and we've got real bad like flooding issues. So we've got like big flood gates and stuff like that. And anyway, when the sun is baking down and cooking all of the drainage systems that we've got in place to kind of get rid of all the water because we're below sea level, it cooks it all up, and it has this wonderful fragrance of, imagine if a shit, like a piece of fecalation, was transformed into an anthropomorphized form. The Golgothan shit demon. Imagine if the Golgothan shit demon from the film Dogma died and was slowly decomposing. That's what it smells like. As you can tell, a charming fragrance. A charming fragrance. Also, I believe that the Dogma is actually returning to cinemas for a short period of time because they finally have the rights back. They finally have the rights to Dogma because some horrific human being once held the rights to it, and they campaigned for like 10 years, 15 years to get the rights back so they could actually, so that this horrific human being wasn't benefiting from their work. But they have finally got them back, which means that we should be able to watch Dogma again. We might even get like DVDs and streaming services taking up the Dogma, which was a very 90s, very blasphemic movie, and I fucking loved it. I joke about real jobs a lot too, being an artist forced into Carefield by student loan installments. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. The real job. Well, I'm doing my main job, and then I do my real job. Yeah. A baguette of crisps. One baguette of crisps. Exactly. Exactly, Milky Bock. Leeds is awful because of the tram and bus lanes. Birmingham because of Spaghetti Junction. Sheffield because of the council have no clue what they are doing. Sheffield, I don't find Sheffield too bad to drive around. I find that the roads aren't in great condition, but I don't find Sheffield too bad to drive around. Leeds is a pain in the ass. Leeds is the only city that I have been into where the joining lane comes into the fast lane. So in the UK, when you have got like a street, if it's got two lanes, then the right-hand lane is the fast lane. So the left-hand lane is your normal lane. If you are trying to overtake somebody, you go into the right lane. If you're on a motorway, then there are 3 lanes, and the more right you are, the more you are overtaking people. You go out, come back in again, right? So the right-hand lane, the furthest most right-hand lane, is the fastest lane there is. Most everywhere in the entire country, because of the way that our roads work, we drive on the left hand of the road, our steering wheel's on the right hand, etc. Everywhere in our country, you join a road, like a fast-moving road, like a dual carriageway or a motorway or what have you, from the left. So you are exiting from whatever street you're in into the slowest moving lane, so that everyone has the ability that are moving fast to get out of the way and move around you before pulling back in and moving on. Leeds is the only place that I have come across where they have a 3-lane street. Was it 2 or 3? I'm sure it was a 3-lane street. And the adjoining junction, when you are literally exiting one road, comes into the fast lane. How the fuck there haven't been more crashes in that specific junction, I have no idea. I have genuinely no clue how more people haven't died, because I remember shitting myself going down that. It was a nightmare, because the street that is leading into it, sort of the merging street, is not long enough for you to be able to pick up enough speed to join that fast lane. It is not long enough at all. Fucking nightmare. But Sheffield I didn't find too bad. Sheffield and Manchester I'm pretty alright driving around. Leeds is a pain in the ass. Birmingham is awful. Do you know, there's a series of ring roads around Coventry, which is like a roundabout linked to another roundabout, linked to another roundabout, linked to another. There was like 6 or 7 roundabouts around the entire city centre that are all linked together. That's a bit of a pain in the hoop. And of course, London. London's just awful. I will never drive around London if I have any choice in the matter. Depends on the audience which one I will call my real job. This is the illustration. No, yeah. Yeah, I get that. To be honest with you, Marshall, I get a certain level of satisfaction when people ask me what I do, and I say, "Oh, I'm a content creator," or I say I'm a cabaret host, or what have you, and they go, "Yeah, but what's your real job?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I'm a prostitute." What? I am a sex worker. And sex work is real work, friends. But I use that example because that's the one that's going to throw them off guard. If they're not prepared to deal with the fact that being a performer is a real job, then they're definitely not prepared to deal with the fact that being a sex worker is a real job, which is the reason why I use it all the fucking time. Sex work is real work. Just so everyone knows. I mean, I know that I'm preaching to the fucking choir with you lot, but just so everyone knows, sex work is real work. Gravely Hill Interchange is the actual name for Spaghetti Junction. Is it? Is that what it's actually called? Oh shit. I appreciate that, Eric. I genuinely appreciate that because I had no idea. We just always called it Spaghetti Junction. Wait, your forehead isn't a satellite? No, it's a solar panel. A solar panel of love. Foxy forehead. Certainly description. That's the one, Music Man. You know it. You know it. Ulu only smells like shit. The city where I went to at high school. Oh right, okay. Yeah, there's certain certain cities and stuff that just smell like shit. And the shit smell isn't that bad, but there's something else. Because the thing is, where I am in the UK, where like Hull is. Yeah, Zooty Booty is like, that's what that smell is. Yeah, that's what that smell is. It's like all of the drainage systems are getting cooked. But on top of that, we also have like an old chocolate factory. And when you're cooking chocolate, when you're making chocolate, it doesn't have that beautiful chocolatey smell. It has this horrible, sickly sweet, rich smell. And then right next to the chocolate factory is a tannery where they create leather and stuff like that. And the smells off that is fucking vile. So every so often you'll get like a day where the sun is baking down. So you've got the generic like daytime, summertime smell of the city, which smells fucking awful. Sometimes it's quite sulfurous. Sometimes it's quite rotten. It's vile. You get that fragrance, and then in certain areas you'll be driving down like one of the back streets or what have you, and you'll get hit by the tannery on top of that, and then the chocolate factory on top of that, and you're like, oh my god, what is this? What is this assault on the senses? Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. What did you do to the streets? It was obviously your doing. Eric, I can't help it, all right? When I was a teenager, I wanked directly into the drains. And just the level of toxic shit that I consumed as a teenager just created this horrible, horrible sputum that used to be milked out of me like toothpaste. And suddenly, the entire city stank. Before me, it was all sunshines and rainbows. And then after I hit puberty, suddenly the whole city became... What was the phrase? The phrase was, because its streets smell of death. You know, casual shit. Casual shit. Clearly whoever wrote that never dared to venture to Basildon. Deepest, darkest Essex? Oh, I don't know. I don't know, Druidess of Midian. It's pretty fucking ripe. It's one of those beautiful fragrances where you smell it and your eyes immediately start to water. You're like, oh, there it is. There it is. The body's defense mechanisms kick in. You know, and this is how Mr. Blobby was born. I wouldn't be surprised with that one. Wouldn't be surprised with that one, to be honest with you. I imagine the Great Poo from Conker's Bad Fur Day smells like. Yeah. I was watching Francois. I was like, Fraz, what's Fraz's full name? What's Fraz's full fucking username? Francois! He was playing Conker's Bad Fur Day recently. And I remember loving Conker's Bad Fur Day because I never played it myself, but I remember watching other people play it when I was a plucky young whippersnapper. And I remember finding it fucking hilarious when I was like 12, 13. And then watching it back, I was like, oh, this is really, really interesting. And I was like, oh, this is a bit on the nose. This is a bit on the nose. I'm a grown human being now. This kind of humor doesn't appeal to me anymore. Well. Never mind. I've got a feeling that Fraz's opinion was very similar to mine, to be honest with you, of that one. But yes, Conker's Bad Fur Day with the giant excremental. Yeah, the mighty poo. Yeah, that's the one. If my devout Catholic co-worker loves Dogma, mainly for Alan Rickman. To be honest with you, Music Man, I have to say, there is a big part of me that genuinely believes that if you are religious yourself, or if you have had a religious upbringing like I have, there is a level of appreciation that you can give to blasphemic works of art. There is a level of appreciation that goes into that, where you see the, like Dogma is a perfect example, where you're watching it and you are like understanding you understand the blasphemy on a different level to your average person who is not religious and has never been brought up religious. You know, you can understand all the in-jokes. You can understand all of the the sort of nuances of how much they're taking the piss. You know, my family are very, very religious, very cool people, very, very cool people, but they're very, very religious. I am not. I have no beliefs whatsoever, apart from belief in myself and in people being decent people. But because I was raised Catholic, and actually even all of my family, we've all watched Dogma and we find it fucking hilarious. We find it absolutely hilarious because we get the nuances. We understand like what they're taking the piss out of, what the little digs are at. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. Your driving explanation hurts my right-hand sided driver head. Yeah. Well, this is the interesting thing. So many places drive on the other side of the road. So I think there's like a couple of countries. In fact, there's actually a country in Europe. I can't remember which country it is, but there's a country in Europe that drives like they do in the UK, where you are on the left-hand side of the road and everything's left, joined from the left, all of left-hand side of the road, and the driver's seat is on the right-hand side of the vehicle. But there is one country, and there is one country in Europe that has left-hand side of the road, right-hand driver. And there is like a big system of like a massive interconnected junction system, because the rest of Europe, where outside of this one country, is all right-hand drive, left-hand driver. So there's like this whole system where you've got to like drive on the right, then go over and like under something, and then come out on the left, because as soon as you get into that country, it's all left-hand side of the road. I can't remember which one it is, but there is a country out there that has this whole crossover thing at every junction between them and the rest of Europe, because of the way that they've always been left-hand drive. But yeah, it's a whole thing. I actually used to know the reason why the UK drive on. It might be Malta, Nick. Sorry, it might well be Malta. Yeah. I used to know the reason why we drive on the left and everyone else drives on the right, but I can't remember what it is now. It is gone from my brain, leaked out like the jam it is. The tannery smell is awful. The tannery smell is brutal. And I honestly can't describe it. I can't describe what the tannery smells like, but it's brutal. It hits you. It's sort of like sour and sweet, not like a Chinese takeaway. The sweet and sour, but it's got like a real pungent sweet and sour fragrance that isn't appealing. It's just nasty. You know? Hells yes. Should mention that she's also from Peru, so she's South American Catholic. That does make it. That does change things. The tenacity of belief does seem to change place to place, for sure. For sure. We have a town in Sweden with a paper factory which is known for its equally shitty smell. Really? Paper? That's an interesting one. I would not have expected that from paper. Oh, I suppose that if it's like recycling paper, I suppose if it's like particularly recycling paper, then that would change things up a little bit. That could change things up a little bit, because then it would be like mulching all of the paper and washing it, which I could imagine would be quite a pungent aroma. But paper, oh really? Paper factories smell awful, all of them. The pulp of them does. Interesting. Not even recycled paper, just the process itself smells awful. That's fascinating, because I've seen these videos of, you know how like it was like I think it was like a Chinese paper factory where they make the paper in traditional methods, where they've got like a giant soup of wooded base material, and they've got this giant like lever thing that they have 20 people down one side and 20 people down the other side, and then they start rocking it, and then they dip it into the soup, and then tip it up, and then sort of like shake it out till it's level. It's like the traditional way to make paper in China or something like that. Or it might be Japan, and I'm getting the country completely wrong and offending an entire nation, which is definitely possible. But I find that absolutely fascinating. But it definitely takes away, like, I feel like my admiration for the aesthetic beauty of this paper making scenario is completely usurped by the knowledge that actually is going to be a very stinky practice. It's actually fucking minging. You're just like, oh god, no, it stinks. Don't get near it. Oh god, it's horrible. Looks really pretty, but Jesus Christ, does it smell like ass. Yeah. She's also a very tolerant and very good person. Do you know what, Music Man? I'm not going to lie to you. People that follow religions for morality as opposed to for their own gain, generally speaking, are very, very tolerant and very good people. When you look at nearly every religion, genuinely, when you look at nearly every religion, the core principles of that religion are: don't be a dickhead. Treat other people as you wish to be treated. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Don't be jealous. Don't be envious. Do not kill. Do not steal. Generally speaking, the core tenets of most religions are pretty good core tenets. The issue isn't necessarily the faith. It's the people that use it for their own gain, which is why I've always said I have no issue with people having their own faith. I have a major issue with organized religion. A major issue with organized religion, because organized religion is human beings using a religion for their own means. A faith is a relationship between an individual and their deity. My parents are very heavily Catholic. They are very, very heavily Catholic. They are very much the go to church, pray a lot Catholics. But they are also the kind of people that doesn't matter who the fuck you are, doesn't matter what walk of life you come from, doesn't matter whether you're gay, straight, part of the LGBTQIA, trans, fucking any person of any ethnicity, of any disposition. If you are in need, they will help you. They don't give a flying fuck who you are. If you're in need, they'll help you. Because they understand the fucking assignment. Do you know what I mean? Now, me and my parents have major debates around the philosophy and theology of religion. Abso-fucking-lutely. Are there things that happen in their lives that they completely believe that piss me the fuck off because I'm like, no, you need justification for this. And they're like, we don't, because we just believe. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, absolutely. But we can argue the nuances and the philosophy all day, every day. At the end of the day, they're good people. They are good people that look out for other people. And they have never once tried and converted me back to being religious. They do not give a flying fuck that I am not religious. Because from their perspective, they're just like, do your best to be a decent human being, and God will understand. And I'm like, but I don't believe in that God. And they're like, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. God is all-knowing, all-seeing, and all-loving. You don't need to believe in him. He believes in you. That's their perspective. And even though I don't believe in that God, I respect them for that. Do you know what I mean? I don't believe in any deity, but I appreciate that perspective. Because that perspective is, A, not trying to shoehorn me into something that I don't want to fucking believe in. B, is understanding and respectful. You know, not even recycle paper, just the process. To make paper, you make it wet. Imagine warm, wet paper. Smells horrible. Wet paper. What smell? No, you see, I don't know like what that smells like. I can't think. Like the blue wet paper towel that they would stick on grays in primary school. Is that... Friends, we have got a particularly multicultural community here. Alright? We've got a multicultural community with people from all over the fucking world. In fact, you know what? Adverts are on. I'll ask this question in a minute. Alright? I'll ask this question in a minute. I'll wait for people to get back from the ads first. An old friend of mine used to say that paper factories smell like open ass and death. There is a phrase in the UK, One True Cripple, which is when somebody does a fart and it is a particularly vile fart, the phrase that is used in the UK is what crawled up your ass and died. When somebody just like lets one go and it is fucking fragrant. You know where it like smells so bad that it vibrates the air molecules and it hums a little bit? It's like what crawled up your ass and died? 1967 in September. Oh right, yeah. The thing, yeah. The pulp of it. Oh shit. Tunackers, how you doing? And Valen's favorite, turn the other cheek. I do like it when they turn the other cheek. You fucking know it, sunshine. Had to look at myself because I wasn't sure if it was in the 50s to sometime between the 50s and 70s. Yeah. Well, right bang in the middle for 67 for sure. That's true. Same with my parents. They're very, very Catholic. God is all loving. Yes. Well, the God that they believe in is the God that some evangelicals believe in certain parts of America. Doesn't seem to be. Doesn't fucking seem to be, does it? I was born in a town with a paper plant. The plants produce a strong sulfur smell because sodium sulfite is used to break down the wood fibers. That sounds fucking vile. Brave Emily Tentacle. I love your name. Such a great name. That sounds fucking vile though. Just like rotten eggs streaming through the land. I need to redo this part of the drawing I've worked on for like 3 hours. That's all right. Do it. Mr. Hyde. Mr. Hyde coming in with the 16 months. Good Lord, friend. Good fucking Lord. I will now inscribe your name upon the mirror of Vane, you cheeky devils. By the way, friends, please be aware, because this has just occurred to me and I realize I need to give you a warning, all right? Please be aware. Tomorrow morning, I will be shaving my beard. And as much as I would love to say this is because I want to be clean shaven, because I fucking love my face when it's clean shaven. I'm a big fan of the clean shaven look, all right? That is not to be the case for the next week. tomorrow morning I will be shaving my beard into the most questionable of questionable mustaches, not a Hitler mustache. The most questionable of questionable mustaches. So when you join the stream tomorrow, if you join the stream tomorrow, there's no pressure, you don't have to by any stretch of imagination. If you join the stream tomorrow, please be aware that you are going to see me with a real sketchy looking mustache, all right? Real sketchy. Oh, dear me, Mr. Hyde. Your name is now inscribed on the mirror vein. By having your name upon the mirror vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat. You also get 10% discount in our merch store. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, do I look rough? But god damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, harra, sexy, ooh, yes, meow, you know? You know? A Charlie Chaplin mustache. Mr. Hyde, genuinely, you might already know this, but I don't know whether many people do, all right? So the Charlie Chaplin mustache was the Adolf Hitler mustache, all right? You know, the mustache that is as wide as your nostrils and is just like a tiny little bit there. Tiny little square under your nose, all right? Many people know it as the Hitler mustache. Charlie Chaplin wore that mustache first. Genuinely, the reason why Hitler had his mustache like that, the reason why Adolf Hitler decided to have this tiny, tiny little fucking square mustache that now is fucking forever bastardized is because he saw Charlie Chaplin wear it and went, if I have a Charlie Chaplin mustache, that'll make me more popular with the ladies. Genuinely. He believed, Adolf Hitler believed that by having a Charlie Chaplin mustache, he would be more popular with the ladies, which is the reason why Adolf Hitler has the mustache that he has. Even though Charlie Chaplin definitely had it because it was a slapstick thing. He was doing slapstick. He was absolutely doing like, okay, we're going to do all these jokes and jovialness and shits and giggles. Ha ha ha, slapstick comedy. What's going to be more interesting? Oh yeah, a caricatured mustache. You know? Now, friends, the adverts are over, which means I'm going to ask you all a question. We have a very multicultural community here. People from all over the fucking world, from all stretches of the world, all right? I need to ask you, I need to hark you back, all right? Take a moment. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Take a moment. Think back to when you were a plucky young school child. When you were like 7 or 8 and you were running in the school ground and you fell over and you grazed your knee. So your knee just grazed the knee. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it's stingy. Oh, it's horrible. Oh, it's a little bit bloody. Nasty. Ah. How did the school nurse / dinner lady / teacher deal with that? How did they deal with it? Because in the UK, what would happen was they would get a paper towel from the toilets. You know the stuff that you dry your hands with? Paper towel from the toilets, usually colored blue. They would wet it. Usually it's like recycled paper. It's not even like clean paper. It's like recycled paper. They would wet it till it was somewhat damp. And they would put it on the graze. And that cured all things. Sterloin and Band-Aid was like Sterloin. Is that like a spray, like an antiseptic spray? Damp paper towel. We would get a damp paper towel and be fucking happy for it. All right. Well, this is the thing. Good Lord. 160 streams in a row. You've been running around here naked, pics. What the fuck? What? It's fucking freezing outside. I have nipples that could break into a fucking safe. Good Lord. The magic sponge in football matches. Yeah, but shitter. It was like the magic sponge from Temu. It was antiseptic and a bandage for you? Gee, we never had any antiseptic at all. I have no recollection of those years. I may have hit my head hard at some point. That's fair. That is fair. I didn't know you could see me. What can I say? What can I say, Pix? I got poked in the eye. Antiseptic stings like a bitch. So does a shitty damp paper towel. I feel like everything stings like a bitch when you got a graze. Damp paper towel by the teacher. The school nurse was not there most of the time. And some elastoplast. Elastoplast. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Which was like a plaster, or as some people in America call it, the Band-Aid. Yeah, what you call a Band-Aid, we call a plaster. I got no idea why we call it a plaster. I got no idea why you call it a Band-Aid, to be fair. So, yeah, giant fucking square elastoplast. Yeah. I remember that. Or the ones where they'd come in a roll and you'd have to cut off a section of the appropriate size, so it'd only stick at each side and allow all of the germs in the top and bottom. Yeah, I remember those. I remember those real well. Oh my god, amazing. Amazing. Where was I? Yeah, if you need to redo stuff, Marshland, then do it, you beautiful being. There's nothing wrong with that. Do the stuff. Do what you need to do. As you know from my time as a parking attendant, seeing as the parking is against traffic is an offense, I have to explain to people who think it's a new thing that it's been around since 1967 when they want to make sure that the cars didn't stay parked that way. Wait, parking against traffic, Eric? When you say parking against traffic, do you mean like, okay, you've got the road and your right-hand drive, so all the cars are coming down the right. This is my right, so all the cars are coming down the right, or going down the right, or what have you, whatever. Yeah, right-hand drive. They aren't allowed to park on this side of the road, and the cars on this side of the road aren't allowed to park on that side of the road. Is that what you're saying? Because that shit happens in the UK all the fucking time. Constantly people parking on the opposite side of the road and then causing all kinds of shit because they are not able to get to the relevant side of the road when they're trying to get out. In Sweden, that's an offense. How's it going, Semba? How you doing, you beautiful bean? Wow. Okay. Well, shit. Cool. Where was I? All right, there, yeah. Same here in the USA, yeah. Hums a little bit. Yeah, when something smells so bad that it vibrates the air and you're like, ooh, that's causing a nice little hum. Something smells awful. Talking about this Swedish family member who remembered this happening. Yeah. Joining Decembeard. No, not Decembeard. Afraid not. One of the replies was to a terrible fart in Sweden is that one screamed while it was alive. Now it's dead and it's already started to smell. Wow. Not surprising, yeah. Grazed the knee, did that so much. 9 out of 10. It got cleaned up. Using some Neosporin, some antiseptic, and a bandage on it. Yeah, we didn't have the antiseptic. In the UK, we were just expected to just deal with it. A damp paper towel did all that we needed. Did all that we fucking needed. Saying you got the scar to confirm it? No, really? All scarred up and everything? Oh, Jesus. It was usually a rolly one because they did not have the giant ones. Yeah. The roll of plaster and they just cut off a roll of Band-Aid and they just cut off what they needed to. I have a repertoire of about 15 idioms, meaning stop whining, because that was all we would get. Yeah, that was it. It's like, oh, be quiet. Ah, Jesus! Yeah, my leg's falling off. It's just a damp paper towel. Ah, Jesus! Why are you like this? Just take my leg and be done with it, you bastard! That's what I went to tell them. Most of the time, I would not bother the teacher with something like that. Really? Okay, interesting. Redrawing it, entirely fair, entirely fair. Teachers would get 2 paper towels and use one to brush off the debris. Oh my god. I bet that felt like wire wool looks. I bet that felt like fucking wire wool. A dry paper towel brushing off the debris from a fucking a scratch like that, a graze like that. And then the damp one afterwards to soothe the wound. It was more superficial than you present to the nurse, who would probably treat it. Okay, all right. At least there was a nurse on hand. But most of the time, they're just like, yeah, fuck it, paper towel treatment. Don't just go straight for the damp one. We don't want to soothe it too early, Mildred. All right? Get a fucking dry paper towel and you brush that graze. You brush it real good till they're screaming in agony, and then you soothe them. Then you soothe them with the paper towel of wetness. God damn it, Mildred. God damn it. Do you not understand? Torment the children before you soothe them. How else would they learn? Oh my god. Band-Aid's a brand name. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like Hoover. Hoover was the brand name for vacuum cleaner. And in the UK, a lot of people just like, oh, I'm just going to have a quick Hoover. Even though none of them are called Hoover anymore. It's like Shark or Dyson. You know what I mean? You might get a Henry Hoover occasionally. Occasionally. That's wild that that's an offense in Sweden. Is it an offense here as well, Giles? Yeah. I thought I was off on the day of the Lord, but no, Valen's depravity knows no bounds. I know. I'm streaming a lot this week. Streaming today, this evening, and then tomorrow, well, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, from noon GMT till 4 GMT. And then I need to leave promptly about 4 p.m. because I then need to grab my shit, jump in the car, and go straight to whatever fucking location that I need to go to for the Christmas parade next week. And then we'll be back to our usual schedule. So next week's going to be chaotic as fuck. But then after that, we'll be back to our usual schedule. Gotta say, don't recall whether or not you're allowed to do that in Finland. I'm going to assume probably not. No. What you call plaster is what the Americans call Band-Aid. We Swedes call it plaster. So with the Brits on this one, albeit a little odd version of the word. Yeah. I wonder if it's down to like in ye oldie days, they would actually just use plaster. I know that super glue was originally invented to seal wounds. And we're not going to get into the origins of the chainsaw. Fucking hell. You know what I mean? Sterilon contains a combination of alcohol and chlorhexidine. So, yeah, antiseptic. Kill everything. Booze up the kids with Sterilon. Directly into the bloodstream. Hey, little Jimmy, you're looking a bit pissed. But you're only 8 years old. What the fuck is going on? Well, I just had a bit of a grace. I fell over in the playground and I had a little bit of a grace. And the school nurse decided to put ethanol directly into my bloodstream. I thought that maybe that it would make things better. And you know what? It did. My legs no longer feel sore and ouchy. They feel wobbly like little noodles. Ethanol directly in the bloodstream. Last Starry in Finnish, also the plaster camp. Yeah. UK can't park on the right at night unless it's in a recognized parking space. Interesting. During the day is fine, but usually should be avoided. I have never ever known that to be a thing. And certainly have never been punished for it, because there's definitely been times I've parked on the right and just left my car there all night. Wet paper towel? Think we're wasting water on dirt? Water doesn't grow on trees? Just dropping in. This is one of the council to annoy elves. Don't forget, people, Vanemas is just over a week away. It is, yeah. Not the Monday coming, the Monday after. Vanemas. Vanemas, for those people who don't know, is when a group of this wonderful community take over my stream. And I don't know what's coming. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what's happening. I've got 2 packages over here somewhere, down, hidden around here, that I will be opening presumably on Vanemas. So yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Where was I? There we go. We don't have school nurses at school. It was a paper towel for me too. I still remember the DIY bandages that we kids made ourselves with paper towels or tissues. Yeah, Paladari, 100%. Paper towel and sellotape, right? Just wrap it around you. Fucking let's go. Bounds depravity, not knowing any bounds is not news to anyone. This is true. This is very, very true. Especially not MI5. MI6. Who knows? The term originates from the Latin word emplastrum and Old English plaster, both meaning curative substance spread on a bandage. Interesting, Milky Bark. Oh, etymology for plaster. Old English plaster denoting a bandage spread with a curative substance from medieval Latin plastrum, shortened of Latin emplastrum, from the Greek emplastrum as a daub or salve, later reinforced by the Old French noun plaster, since one dates from Middle Late English. Interesting. Thank you very much, both Milky Walk and Eric there. I appreciate that. Question. If that is where plaster, as in a band-aid style thing, came from, where did the word plaster, as in somebody, a plasterer who puts plaster on walls, come from? If I want to plaster my room, I hire a plasterer. They don't just cover my entire house in bandages. Does anyone know? Quick search for me, chat. Search the etymology of plasterer. Interesting etymology. Band-aid in German is called Pflaster, which is similar to plaster but doesn't have any meaning. Instead, it also means pavement. I think that is because, Nixoy, that is because you more often than not, especially as a child, need a pflaster because of the fact that you have come into collision with that pavement. I can understand the etymology there. I can understand how 2 + 2 = 4. Do you know what I mean? Vandal! I know, right? I know. Scandalous. Highway code, and it has a fine, just no one enforces it. There's an awful lot of laws like that in the UK. I used to have a book called The 100 Stupidest Laws. Like, there used to be a law which is no longer in place. It got reformed in like 2000 and I want to say 11 or 12. But there used to be a law which said that you were legally allowed to shoot a Scottish man with a bow and arrow so long as you were stood on the walls of York, which is like where the York City used to be. And it was only rescinded in like 2011 or something like that. It was only revoked in like much later on. There was also a law in a state in America. Is it a state in America or was this the UK? Google. So I want to make sure I give you the right information. It's a long one, but I'm getting there. It was in Waynesboro, in Virginia, New Orleans. Oh, no, it's... okay. Okay, so it was Waynesboro, Virginia, Waynesboro, Virginia, New Orleans, Louisiana, and Memphis, Tennessee, it was illegal for a woman to drive a car unless her husband walked in front of the car carrying a flag to warn pedestrians and other motorists that his wife was behind the wheel. That was the thing. It's also illegal in one state in America, or was illegal in one state in America, to fornicate with a live fish. Perfectly fine to stick your dick in a dead one, but it was illegal to fornicate with a live one. And if I find the book, I can't remember where the fuck it is, but if I find the book, we can have a look at it. We can have a little cheeky little look at it. Because some of them were fucking outrageous. Absolutely fucking outrageous. Like the fish tank there? Do you like the giant shell that I've put in the fish tank? The giant shell. It's still cycling. I've done a little water change today. Probably itchy ear going on today. I've done a little water change today. And it's still cycling. It's doing really well with the cycling. And now I was like, oh, I've got this giant shell. Let me put the giant shell in there. So I'm going to put the giant shell in there. Because I like it. It looks pretty. It is fucking massive, though. It's like the length of my torso. It is fucking huge. And then I reckon what we'll end up doing is, because like tomorrow at some stage I'm going to have to get all the shit out of the attic for Kinkmas. And the Kinkmas tree will go in that little space there. Put the Kinkmas tree up there. And then after Kinkmas is over, after Kinkmas is completely done in January, we should be able to start repopulating the fish tank and getting the aquarium back up and running. That's the plan. That's the plan. The plan of action. Have you ever performed your Dr. Frankenfurter routine on stream before? Or is it only when you have an event on somewhere? I have not done the Dr. Frankenfurter on stream, not in its full glory on stream before, Tunackers, because the underwear is inappropriate for terms of service. The underwear is not appropriate for terms of service, so I have not done a full rendition of a Dr. Frankenfurter on stream. I have sung Sweet Transvestite many times on stream, but I haven't done like a full dress to impress scenario with Dr. Frankenfurter. However, chat would like me, or the vast majority of this community would like me to recreate the one-man Rocky Horror Picture Show, where I play every single character of the Rocky Horror Picture Show and make it into like a YouTube video. That's a whole thing. That's a whole thing. Myself, Aries, Lou, Jam, and Shade are the council members. If anyone wants to know, feel free to reach out. Yes, or you can tag them in the Discord. You can drop them messages, and if anything, if there is things that you put in the Discord that is tagged Vainmus and spoiled, I will not click on it. I will not click on it. How you doing, Tinks? How's it going? Good Lord!
Submitting myself to this chaos once again, Rebel Nalvu.
Most kind.
Submitting myself to this chaos once again, Rebel Nalvu.
Submitting. See how it is, Rebel Nay. I see how it is. I'm sure you look quite delightful on your knees, submitting to this chaos once again. cheeky devil. Coming in, your gift sub, your 12-month gift sub from Melancholy Man has entered month 5. Good Lord. Submittens. I do love some submittens. Then they can't get those pesky fingers everywhere. Rebel Nay, I shall now inscribe your name on the mirror vein. By having your name on the mirror vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, do I look rough? But God damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, sexy. Oh, yes, meow. You know? You know? Whoa. Oh, there we go. There we go. You cheeky little dog. How's it going, Rebel Nate? Could I get a shout out for Rebel Nate, please? I would really appreciate that. Rebel Nate's a very, very good friend of mine. Deserves all of your love and attention. So you should go over and click that cheeky little follow button. Definitely, most possibly, 100%. Especially if you're interested in miniature paintings. Look at this beautiful individual. Look at them! Glorious! Exquisite lady! Good friend of mine. And if you're interested in miniature painting, Claire Obscure is the game that you're playing at the moment, right? Yeah. And vegan cookery. If you like learning vegan recipes and shit, then you should go check out Rebel Nate. Also, do you know what I need? I need music. Shush. You should also go over to my dear friend Rebel Nay and click that cheeky little follow button. For you see, Rebel Nay was recently climbing a wall. A big, majestic, and somewhat terrifying wall. And when she got to the top, when she thought she had achieved climbing greatness, that is when the wall shook her free with tenacity and vigor, threw her from the mighty heights of approximately 4 meters down onto the hard crash mats. And Rebel Nay found her entire ankle go step. Now she is condemned to wear a garish blue plaster, a cast upon her ankle, where if she gets an itch, she has to get a chopstick and stick it down the side and get fucking annoying, and also cover her entire foot in a bin bag in order to hose herself down. I know! Oh no! Ah! So friends, for the paltry sum of 1 follow, you can help out my dear friend Rebel Nay. You can go over and put a little smile on Rebel Nay's face. And make her think that she can take 1 more day of scratching her shin with a fucking chopstick. God, forget it. 1 more day. Shut up, sad music. Excuse me. Oh, I'm choking now. There you go. Had to be done. Oh, why is my ear so itchy today? Where was I? Thank you so much, Sambar, for shouting out Rebel Nay there. I really appreciate it. People go check out my dear friend Rebel Nay. Rebel Nay is good people. Rebel Nay is good people. She's fantastic. Where was I? There we go. Shumi came from plaster past. Yeah, plasterers when they're plastering walls. Plasterer is similar to the word for plaster. It originates from the Greek word emplastine or blessine, to mold or shape, and emplastron, to daub or salve, which was later adopted by the Latin as emplastrum and then into English. The term etymology reflects the material construction use, a paste or substance applied to form a smooth, hard covering on a surface like walls and ceilings. Thank you very much, Eric. I appreciate that. Now I know. I have been thoroughly educated today. What's the one about only being able to practice archery on a Sunday? I don't know that one. I don't know that one. How's it going, Sway? How you doing, you cheeky devil? How's it going, you beautiful being? Cabs and the Bale of Hay was another favorite one. What's the Cabs and the Bale of Hay one, Giles? Is the one that's saying that women can't eat chocolate on a bus? Oh, I don't know. To be fair, this was like a book of 100 stupid laws. And those are the ones that I remembered off the top of my head. That you can't have sex with a live fish in a certain state in America. That there were apparently multiple states in America where you couldn't... A woman was only allowed to drive a car if her husband was stood in front of her waving a flag and warning pedestrians that a woman was behind the wheel. And that you were legally allowed to shoot a Scottish man with a bow and arrow from the walls of York City. Those are the only ones I remembered. And I believe at least 2 of them have been rescinded since then. Typical failure, I know, right? In other words, bale of straw off a railway bridge. You weren't allowed to throw a bale of straw off railway bridges. That's interesting. I wonder what the origin of that one is. We're aiming for another hype train. We can't, Europe, Papa. It's not time. Takes far too long for that shit. Good Lord. Don't you start. Don't you start. Really happy to be here. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. How is your ankle? I know you got surgery on Wednesday. Yeah. You did tell me that, but I didn't know whether you were telling the world that, so I didn't want to add it to my heartfelt request for people to go follow you. If an American homeless person has Snapchat, can they call it a bum Snapchat? Sure. Absolutely. Why not? Get well soon. Are you saying the Rebel Nay did a Humpty Dumpty? Very much so. Very, very much so. And also, Eric, all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Rebel Nay's ankle back together again. Fortunately, we have medical professionals being able to do that on Wednesday, so we're not worrying too much. Right? Fell off the wall while bouldering. I did complete the climb, though, so it's all good. Oh, yeah, as long as you completed the climb, right? As long as you completed the climb. You were brave about it. Exactly, right? Got orthopedic surgery on Wednesday. Shit. Well, we are all sending you all of the love and exquisiteness and Healy vibes, not just because it's... Oh, fuck, I did a pun. The healing vibes for your ankle, not your heel. God damn it. I knew it. I knew you wouldn't fucking let that one lie. Bastards. Oh, what are you sending me, Sway? Yes, very much so. Got the glasses on again. Yeah. Very much so. And also, do you know what the best thing is, Sway? That tomorrow morning I'll be shaving off the beard and keeping the mustache, big curly mustache, which will be interesting for many people, I'm sure. And therefore I will look like that image all the more. It's going to be an interesting one, actually, because for the next 4 days, I will be wearing minimal makeup, have a ridiculous mustache, and will pretty much always be wearing a hat, because I will need to tie my hair up in order to get ready for the show. So next week you're going to see a lot of this image, but with a stupid mustache. I might try and spice it up a little bit with different hats. Yeah, cool. Right, where was I? Not worth it, but I love bouldering. I'll be back as soon as I am cleared by my doctor. I am also a big fan of rock climbing, so I get it. I get it entirely. I get it entirely. There was so much joy that I used to get of just putting in earphones and just climbing a wall. Putting in earphones, just listening to some fucking tunes and just climbing a wall. It was fucking great. It was my escapism for a long time. And then I became a workaholic. So, until the 70s, black cabs had to have a bale of hay in the boot to feed the horse. Wow, of course, because black cabs were always horse-drawn carriages back in the day. Fucking hell, never even thought about that. That's really interesting. That is really, really interesting. Funny, we've been talking about weird laws. I mentioned that if you are pregnant in England as part of the UK, you can ask a police officer so that you can pee in his helmet. Apparently, that's not true, Lunicorn. I always thought it was, but apparently it never actually was. It was one of those like make-believe laws that everyone just assumed was legal. And I was like, no, really? And they're like, yeah. Like, it never actually was a law that a pregnant lady was legally allowed to pee in a policeman's hat. Because there was the whole thing about like the peak of a policeman's. In the UK, a policeman's hat looks different to a lot of the world. Can I just get images? There we go. There we go. That's perfect. Open in new tab. So this is what a policeman's helmet looks like in the UK. It's like a solid helmet. Yeah. Big titty on the top and a big star on the front. But there was like rumors about the fact that the reason why it had a peak like this at the front of it was because it was designed to cover a woman's vulva, a pregnant woman's vulva, so that she could piss without fear of shaming herself in a policeman's hat. There was like all kinds of shit that went on with it, with like that whole thing of like, yes, a pregnant lady is allowed to piss in a policeman's helmet. But apparently it never actually was a law. It was all just rumor. And I was like, no way. That's wild. That is wild to me. I thought that was fascinating though. Absolutely fascinating. Because that was another one that I was absolutely sure of, but apparently it wasn't. Oh, right, yeah. Not doing great. Oh no, Sway. I'm gutted to hear that. I'm genuinely really gutted to hear that. Sending love. I will absolutely drop you a DM after stream. Because I understand that yeah, I understand. But I'm really good to hear that, friend. Really fucking good to hear that, Sway. The bale of hay was to be hung off the bridge to let boats know that it was there. Or that the bridge was there, because they couldn't see the bridge itself. They had to see the bale of hay. What the fuck? 6A+, so I'm proud of it. So you should be. So you should be. In Texas, it's illegal to... Oh, you must not use a feather duster to clean a public building. What? A feather duster? You must not use a feather duster to clean a public building. What did they use instead? That one's a pretty wild one to me. Do you reckon it's because like one person who worked in a public building, like some kind of senator or something like that, was allergic to the feathers, like allergic to duck feather or something like that, and therefore ended up having an awful time and just went, right, I'm making a law for all public buildings. Fuck you all. I got an allergy and you need to take that into consideration, you shits. Potentially, possibly, maybe. I'm not sure if it's still true, but it certainly was. Definitely not in Scotland. Oh, miss the beard, Valen. You have a glorious looking full beard. Yeah, I was seeing some friends last night and they were all very complimentary of my substantial facial hair. This tends to be the case every single November. Is from so this year it was the 3rd of November. For the entirety of November, I grow out my beard. And then the first week in December is like Christmas parade week. And I pretty much always work for this company. And therefore shave it into this ridiculous mustache. A ridiculous mustache. Mustache your question. No, you shouldn't, you fuck. Researched it and it was true. There was a petition years ago to get it repealed as it was unfair on male police officers, apparently. What? I heard from... Now we're going to research this. Is it legal for a pregnant woman to piss in a policeman's helmet? Because I had heard from a friend of mine who was studying law, studying the history of law, excuse me, that it was a complete fallacy. There is a forum dedicated to it. A forum on the police community website dedicated to it. But I can't get access to all of the bits and pieces. Save my preferences, sure. According to the Oxford Royale, oxfordroyale.com, it is a popular and enduring legal myth that has no foundation in fact. Myths about urination are popular, such as the one that suggests if someone knocks on your door in Scotland and requests the use of the toilet, you are bound by law to let them enter. This might have been a local custom, but it definitely was never law. With the exception of the police and bailiff under certain circumstances, in the UK you do not have to let anyone into your house. That's even the case if it's the landlord, unless they have given you notice in writing first. Beyond the hospitable people of Scotland, yeah, I don't want to know that. Yeah, everyone's favourite legal myth is one that the pregnant women have the right to relieve themselves in a policeman's helmet. This is seldom written as police officer, and presumably is on the basis that it is funnier if you imagine the officer relinquishing his helmet as a male. Sadly, it is not true. In 1986, the Public Order Act made disorderly behaviour in England and Wales punishable with a fine, and urinating in public is definitely disorderly, thank goodness. That said, the law is not unreasonable. One of the unpleasant realities of pregnancy is that the growing a baby presses on the bladder, and that is the same and at the same time as pregnancy hormones stimulate the kidneys to expand and produce more urine, leading to pregnant people, let's be clear about this, pregnant people needing to urinate more often and more urgently than everyone else. Taking this into account, the Law Commission notes that the Public Order Act doesn't have a specific exemption for pregnant women, but that a discretion not to charge might be exercised if a pregnant woman were caught short in public. For a policeman to offer up his helmet, though, might have been above and beyond what it was required. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, I don't know what this is. Oh, fucking hell. I'm not giving them all my thingies. No, apparently it's not correct. Apparently it's because I was about to say I thought it wasn't. So there is the ability for a police officer to show legal discretion if a pregnant person were caught short with and needing to piss and therefore pissed in public, but it is not illegal or never has been a legal requirement for a police officer to relinquish their helmet for them to piss in. For them to piss in. It was at night, so they hit the hay before the bridge. Also still by law in London today. That would make more sense at night. That would make more sense at night, to be fair. Before things were well lit and stuff. Yeah, no, that would make sense. I get that. That makes sense. Imagine when asking search engine that question, you put asking for a friend at the end. Not at all, Astra. Not even slightly. The amount of unhinged shit that I have searched while live on stream is wild. But I always do it here on stream, so there is a public record, so that everyone knows why I'm looking into this shit. Although that hasn't been that bad. That's not that wild. How's it going, J2? How you doing? How you doing, you cheeky devil? If I get corrected, it's all cool with me. It was just one of just tons of research I did saying that it was, but there was always conflicting info. I mean, Lunicon, if you come across that information again, please by all means like link me in the Discord or send me in a DM. I am more than happy, as you all know, I am more than happy to be proven wrong, 110%, because I always thought it was a thing. And then I had a friend who, like I said, was studying the history of law. They were a legal expert in the history of law, or were aiming to become a legal expert in the history of law. And then they told me it was all bollocks. And I was like, oh shit. Well, fair enough. And according to the links that I'm searching there, it's said that it's, again, another popular myth. Heard that the York shooting at a Scotsman is also a myth too. I mean, it might well be. I definitely saw it in like I said, in a book that said the 100 stupidest laws. Let's have a look. Can you shoot a Scottish man with a crossbow in York? With a bow and arrow in York. There we go. Let's have a look. They don't have any links, so I'm not going to deal with this. Oh, interesting. It does look like it is also an urban myth. Even though it was in this book of 100 stupidest laws. Because there are some variations of the myth where it's not a Scotsman, it's a Welshman. Oh, no. There is a variation of it. So the urban myth was you can shoot a Scotsman with a bow and arrow from the walls of York. And there is a variation of it, which was you can shoot a Welshman with a bow and arrow in Chester. Yeah, there we go. After midnight in Chester. Yeah. Which is also a long-standing myth. So today we learn. It's all tosh and bollocks. According to the Law Commission in March 2013 paper Fact or Fiction, there was no evidence, that was prepared by the Statute Repeals Department. There is no evidence of such a law as the shooting a Scotsman in York with a bow and arrow. There may be legend or misrememberings based on laws passed in the wake of the Glenduir Rising in 1400. Like, for example, in Chester, there was a curfew imposed on Welshmen in 1402. But there is no evidence that physical violence by the citizenry was ever allowed under civic ordinance. So Welshmen had a curfew in 1402, but there was no emphasis on the violent side of things. In any event, any such law would have been implied, repealed, any such law would have been impliedly repealed by other laws criminalizing murder and manslaughter, which have continued to develop in the intervening centuries. England doesn't have a codified statutory definition of murder, but given that we've prosecuted it on common law basis for hundreds of years since the year 1400, any suggestion that an earlier law allowing murder, even if it did exist, would have been impliedly repealed, wouldn't have been implied repealed, so it seems fanciful. So even if they had tried to pass a law like that, it wouldn't have gone through purely because of the overriding law of thou shalt not commit murder. Today we're doing a learn, friends. A learn. Our friends of police officers, may I ask him, give them, yeah, by all means. Speaking of urination, the French word for swimming pool, piscine, sounds like pissin. I'm not saying it's related, but it would make sense. Yeah. So as I understand it, isn't it because piscine is something to do with the French word for fish or something like that? Something along those lines. But yes, do not piss in swimming pools, friends. Where do you usually keep your phone while streaming? At the moment, it is underneath my keyboard. But I don't always touche. Normally I have it to my side, like just next to my keyboard, but today, because of the fact that I've got other shit there, I put it underneath my keyboard. But fair play. Myth it might be. Myth it might be. NB I am. But damn, I'm avoiding York just in case. A York person is getting to shoot me based on a myth or thinking I'm a man. Bugger that! Adds York to places not to visit. York is a beautiful, beautiful place. York is a well and truly beautiful place. I will say that I have had less than desirable times in York. Not because of the people I was with for the first time, potentially, possibly, but actually because of the attitude of the bouncers there. I went out on a night out and no bouncers would let us in anywhere because they associated us with everyone having a really shit, like, they associated us with ruffians. So they were like, you're not allowed in. And we were like, cool. Why? Just so we're aware. And they were like, we don't like the look of you. And I'm like, pretty sure you're legally not allowed to do that. If you've got a dress code, then you're fine. But could you, like, we're literally coming in for a drink. That's all we're doing. We're not going to cause any trouble. Nope, don't like the look of you. What? There was one place I think they let us in, but they were only if my friend took off their biker jacket. Like they had like a leather biker jacket on. And it was just like, what? Can't you just leave people alone? So yeah, the prejudice against alternative folk was the reason why I had an issue in York. But yeah, it was an odd one. It was an odd one. Where was I? I truly love looking at this stuff. It all intrigues me. That's like me and sex, Lunicorn. That's like me and sex. Love looking at these things for sure. PC. That is why piscine is from fish. That's the reason why swimming pools are called that. Off to York tomorrow. Beautiful city. Never really been. Beautiful city, Sway. Absolutely gorgeous place. Genuinely, like, a very, very beautiful city. It's... Some of the roads are very tight. You're probably all right in your car, Sway, because it's a tiny little car. But some of the roads are quite tight because it's all ye olde. It's very much a historical city. But overall, it's a good place. Nice place to be. I like it. I'm a fan of the city as a whole. Very, very pretty place. Would definitely go there to visit, but just not. The nightlife just left a lot to be desired, you know. And you know what I'm like. I love my nightlife. All about that nightlife. For party streams, it makes a repeated appearance, so it can leave unhinged messages on random people's voicemail. I mean, that's not untrue. That's not untrue. The party streams are always particularly unhinged. Anyway, but you know. Urea reacting with the chlorine is what gives the common swimming pool smell, along with sweat and other oils. That is, yes, I only found that out recently, Mr. Hyde. As in, not today, recently. Could you imagine if you just taught me something new and I was like, oh, I only found that out recently? It's like, of course you did. It was only today. But no, I found that out. It was only like a month ago, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Like, it wasn't that long ago. And it was like, oh, that's interesting. That's fascinating. What a fascinating concept. So every single time you go in and you get that overwhelming swimming pool smell, it's because kids are pissing in the pool. Or adults. Do you know what? Maybe adults are pissing in the pool as well. Just don't know about it, you know? Usually, if you see a child moving along the side of the swimming pool, like literally just sort of grabbing hold and just like moving themselves along, it's usually because they're in the process of pissing and they don't want to be accused of it. I was like, what? And the reason why I know that is because many years ago, I was on a bus and there was a group of youths in front of me, and one of them was like, this is how I get away with pissing in the swimming pool. And all of the other youths around them were like, yeah, we do that. Yeah, I definitely do that. That's the whole thing. Yeah, I do that. Yeah. I was like, oh my fucking God, really? Fuck's sake. Getting the train, fuck driving this time of year, fair. I mean, the motorways and stuff are fine. Motorways are fine. Oh, I suppose it's still dark and you get LED lights that fucking give you migraines and shit. Yeah, that's fair. I definitely, like, I drove down to Bath on Monday and back from Bath on Thursday. And that was alright. That was okay. Jumping on the fucking motorway is all much of a muchness, you know. Considering York is a very gothic place, it's really silly that they seem prejudiced towards alternative people. I mean, maybe it's changed, Tinks. Maybe there was just like a spate of them having a really problematic time with alternative folk or what have you. I don't know. It was a few years ago now. I mean, fucking hell, it was. How old's my nephew now? 6, 7? So it was 6 or 7 years ago. Yeah, pre-pandemic. So maybe it's changed. Maybe it's changed since then, you know. All for ads, but this one rudely interrupted you mid-sentence. The bastard. I'll wait for the ads to over, and then I'm going to give techniques to get around them. Because Twitch provides these things. So yeah, friends, do not forget that next week, obviously I did an extra stream on Friday. I didn't stream last week. Did an extra stream on Friday. Did an extra stream tonight. And then next week, I've got the Christmas parade. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are my normal stream days. Monday, I normally stream 7 p.m. till about 10, 11 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, I stream from 1 p.m. till about 5 or 6 p.m. Next week's going to be different because I need to be at each location for the Christmas parade at 5 p.m. each day, which means I need to finish stream at 4 p.m. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'm adding an extra stream in there because I'm a glutton for punishment. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I will be streaming 12 noon GMT till 4 p.m. GMT every single day. But I need to finish at 4 p.m. GMT because I need to finish stream and then grab my shit, jump in the car, and go straight to wherever the location is that we're doing the Christmas parade that day. And I need to take into account like traffic and stuff, which is always like 20 to 40 minutes of driving, even if it's only like a 10-minute journey, purely because of traffic. because there's a lot of roadworks on and all that jazz. So I will be streaming. I'll be doing an extra stream to kind of make up for the higgledy-piggledy nature of the stream schedule. But the bridge is back open at least. Yeah, the bridge is back open, but they seem to have opened up pockets of fucking roadworks on every street that exists around this area, Frax. Also, how you doing, Frax? How's it going, you beautiful bean? It's very confusing to me that they would choose to do it in the depth of winter, but hey, who am I to know? Maybe it's like, I don't know, unfreezing deep underground pipes or some shit like that. Some shit like that, you know. Now the ads are over. Eric and everyone, okay? There are ways around adverts, all right? First of all, obviously, there is the option to subscribe to this channel. If you are a person that would like to get no adverts on any channel, if you like to get no adverts on any channel, you could also take up, what's it called? Twitch Turbo, which I think is like £7 a month. And that gives you ad-free viewing of all channels. However, the actual streamers don't benefit directly from it. Well, they get the same as they would get from you viewing ads. So overall, it kind of works out the same as you viewing ads, only you don't have to, and it's one subscription to Twitch as opposed to multiple subscriptions to the various different channels. However, Twitch have also taken into account one of the genuine good things that Twitch have done recently. Twitch Turbo is $12.99? It used to be like 7 or 8 quid. What the fuck? $11.99? It's still 12 quid. What the fuck? Okay. There we go. That shows how long it has been since I've looked up Twitch Turbo. That shows how long it has fucking been since I looked up Twitch Turbo. Okay, so that is the other option. Twitch have also integrated a variety of different styles of adverts. Sometimes they pop up at the bottom, sometimes they pop up at the side, sometimes the screen shrinks down and they pop up around the place and bits and pieces, and sometimes they are covering the entire screen. Now, when they cover the entire screen, which evidently just happened to Eric there for a second, okay, most of the time, not all of the time, but most of the time, some, like, say chats on this side here, most of the time, I will pop up, or the stream will pop up above chat. And you'll be able to see what is going on, but you won't be able to hear it. Now, one of the features that Twitch has is if you take your mouse, take your little cursor, and pop up over the top of that, over the top of the little thing up here, over the top of chat, you can pop that out and turn the volume up. You can pop out the stream from above chat and turn the volume up. So you can turn the volume down on the adverts, and you can turn the volume up on the pop out, and that way you will not miss whatever it is that people are talking about during ads. It doesn't happen every time. Sometimes there is no little preview of the stream popping up above chat or anything like that. Sometimes that doesn't happen and it's just fucking adverts and what have you. But if it does, if it's like, okay, chat's at this side. In fact, you know what? Chat's at this side. So, like, say an advert appears across the whole screen and then my whole screen minimizes to like just above chat up here. If I am appearing just above chat here and you can see what's going on but you can't hear, then take your cursor, pop it over or hold it over where the preview is, and you can pop that out and there'll be a little volume thing on there, a little volume slider on there, so you can turn the volume up there, turn the volume down on the adverts. The only annoying thing about it, well, is that obviously doing it all is all fucking annoying, but the main annoying thing about it is every single time you get a new advert, it resets the volume on the advert volume. So you can turn the volume down on the thing on the main screen, and when you get a new advert, it'll be like, buy things, buy this brand new sexy mug because it's had Valen's saliva all over it, and then why don't you want giant dildos? Like it goes from very, very quiet to the next advert being really fucking loud. I don't know what happens if you mute it. I've never actually tried to mute the mainstream for fear of not being counted as a viewer, but maybe you get around it if you just mute the entire thing. But yeah, that is a way that you can avoid missing out on things for the 3 minutes if it does it that way, if it pops up at the top of the chat. Okay, like I used to feel really guilty about telling people that, but then I realized that Twitch have installed it as a feature. It is a feature of Twitch, so they must be okay with us talking about it. Like, they must be okay with us talking about it because it is literally a Twitch feature. Do you know what I mean? It's not a feature of the browser, Nick. Sorry, no, because I've done it on every single style of browser there is, from Mozilla Firefox to Opera to Chrome to fucking Edge, Microsoft Edge. I've done it on all of them. I don't think it works on mobile, but yeah, I've done it on all of them. And the way that Twitch don't have to have that pop-out feature. It must be in the coding of Twitch itself. So I'm happy to talk about it because Twitch allow it as a feature. And if Twitch allow it as a feature, then then fuck it. Like, do you know what I mean? That's a way that people can not avoid the ads, because the ads are always going to be playing. They're always going to be there. And, you know, maybe an advert will pop up and you'll be like, hey, I'm going to click on that advert because it looks really, really cool. However, if you don't want to miss out on stuff, then that is a way that you can do it if it becomes available, you know? And I know that it doesn't happen every single advert either. I know it only happens in certain adverts. So I don't know whether it's something that like the advertisers pay for exclusivity and then we don't get the option to be popped out or what have you. But yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. I was about to say that Twitch is way more expensive in Sweden. Yeah, apparently it's fucking ridiculously expensive. 12 quid a month? I mean, 12 quid a month depends how much you watch thingies, because 12 quid a month is what? 2.5 subscriptions? If you watch 2.5 channels, if you watch 3 channels, then I suppose it could be worth it in the long run, but who knows? Who fucking knows? I have 2 eggs, ham and chips with a drink for less than that. That is true. You can have 2 eggs, ham and chips and a drink for less than that. I can have a double vodka Coke for about that price in any city in the UK other than my hometown. You did not know that? There you go. Consider this a gift from me to you. That is wonderful news. Good to know I can pop you out. Oh, I know, Eric. I know. What can I say? I love being popped out. Just every so often. Oh my fucking god. I should try Aberdeen. The main part of our main street here is closed for massive works. Been closed since last summer. That looks to be at least spring next year before it opens up again. And then we have the Christmas market and roadworks all over. It'd be chaotic for drivers. Jesus Christ, that sounds like a right nightmare, Astra. Sounds like a right fucking nightmare. Good lord. You did show up there. A cutesy little Valen head in my top right. There you go. There you go. Well, next time, Eric, you know when you see my cutesy little Valen head, just pop me out, sunshine. Give me a good pop out, you know, and then tickle my slider, and we'll go right there. We'll go right there, all right? Different objectives in life on what to do with a tenner. This is true. Absolutely, Frax. Abso-freaking-lutely. What can I say? It's a lifestyle choice, right? So Valen's edged. Can't say I'm surprised. Even Goblin members need to be given extended attention. Oh, yeah, exactly. I'm not going to lie to you, Astra. The primary reason why I do edging is to cause maximum frustration. I definitely use it as a punishment more than anything else. Abso-freaking-lutely. I'm just that way inclined, right? Fellow Swede, hype, hype! All of the Swedes. All of the Swedes. And some of the carrots. Discovered a fantastic tea, and I'm currently brewing a cup. I'm probably going to get a non-caffeinated, a caffeine-free tea once I finish this up to soothe my tender throat, because I know full well that I am going to be speaking a lot over the next 4 days. Over the next 4 days, it's going to be a chaotic and busy time, to say the least. To say the least. Using Microsoft Edge would be a punishment. Yeah, that's not even a fucking shadow of any kind of lie. That is full-on truth. It is the shittest of the browsers, for sure. For sure! Friends, that's where I'm going to leave it today. By slagging off my Microsoft Edge. That's where I'm going to leave it today, you beautiful individuals, because I've been streaming for 3.5 hours, nearly 3.5 hours on a day that I don't stream on. And I need to do some bits and pieces before the chaos, the absolute chaos of next week, because there is much chaos to be indulging in. However, as always, friends, as always, we are going to go throw some love at another delightful individual. And if you could stick around for the raid, I would very, 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 very much appreciate it. Even if it's on like 5-10 minutes. Even if it's on like 5-10 minutes. Right? 3 hours? That's almost 7. I know, right? Wild. Wild. But before we go anywhere, friends, could you do me a massive favor and throw some mod loves in the channel? You can use any kind of mod loves from any kind of channel. You can use any kind of love hearts from any kind of channel. Say a massive thank you to those wonderful, wonderful moderators, because they are glorious and spectacular and they deserve all of your love and attention. All of your love and attention, mods. Thank you so much, especially today, because today is not a day that I fucking stream. Today is not a day that I fucking stream, so thank you so much for once again stepping out of your lives to help me out as a human being and help me do this wonderful job of mine. Again, I want to say a massive
side effect.
Shush. I want to say a massive thank you to this wonderful, wonderful community for just the unreasonable levels of kindness. The unreasonable levels of kindness that you have shown me. I mean, every time I stream, every single time I stream, but very specifically recently, because I did definitely have some brown trouser moments where my asshole was going 5p tempy, 5p tempy, 5p tempy about how I was gonna fucking survive shit, and you've just I'm just really fucking grateful, friends. I'm really appreciative and really fucking grateful. And I, as a man of many words, I'm not entirely sure I can put into words how much that fucking means to me, and how much you all mean to me, and how much I appreciate your unreasonable levels of just kindness. I really appreciate it. I really, really fucking appreciate it, you beautiful beings. Use Microsoft Edge for one thing and one thing only, read PDFs. Yeah. I stick to English because Valen doesn't speak. Yes. Stick to English, please. English, because I don't understand what you're saying. Even if I trust you, still don't know what you are. But yet here you are. I am here. Again. This. That's the one. Friends. Oh God damn it, Semba. Too much stuff going on. Oh my God, you beautiful beings. I appreciate that. Past week was Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for Twitch. Has now kept me mostly sane over the past few years. We do gratitude Fridays. Every Friday, we indulge ourselves in gratitudes and think back over the week about what we're grateful for. No matter how big or no matter how small, there is always something to be grateful for. Friends, we're going to go see a good friend of mine who I don't get to raid very often, so it'd be really, really nice to go throw them some love. If you are a subscriber, please copy and paste the first raid message. If you are not a subscriber, please copy and paste the second raid message. That's the first bot of vein raid message for subscribers. The second bot of vein raid message for non-subscribers. If you would like to use the raid message, you're so vain, I bet you think this raid is about you, and include your own emotes, if you're a raider yourself, then please do so. I'm not precious. I'm not precious, all right? We're going to go raid my dear friend, Katie Peters Plays, a.k.a. KPP. because KPP is wonderful and spectacular, and I don't get to raid her anywhere near enough. If you're not in the raid up here, please click on the link that I have thrown out there. They are doing a game called Clean Up Earth that I have never heard of before, but it looks like Slime Rancher meets survival shenanigans. More survival shenanigans. Friends, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the raids, the subs. Oh, hello. Gotta do it here. That's the way it works. Because of course I can't do it in OBS anymore. That's fine. That's all right. That's not a problem. If you can stick around for the raid, even if it's on like 5-10 minutes, I would really appreciate it, you beautiful beans, just to go throw some love at KPP and shit, spread the love around like an SDI pick and mix. Friends, thank you so much for being here. Thank you much for the raids, the subs, the gift subs, all the cheeky little bitties. Thank you so much for the unreasonable levels of kindness. We had a level 10 fucking hype train on a random fucking Sunday. All right. I appreciate your kind words. I appreciate your attention. To all you beautiful people that have been lurking in the background and using your channel points to be like, hey Twitch, I'm still fucking here. I appreciate you so fucking much, especially again all of you, especially today because it is a Sunday and I do not fucking stream. And if you are watching the VOD on the VODs and Vanity channel, thank you so much for giving me your attention while I'm offline and helping contributors towards getting monetization on the VODs and Vanity channel. I really fucking appreciate it, you beautiful beans. It means the fucking world to me. I will be back next week. Don't forget, every single day next week is exactly the same times. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'll be back from 12 noon GMT to 4 p.m. GMT. Where we're going to be chatting some shit, doing weird ass shenanigans, and then I'll have to shoot off because I got Christmas parade shenanigans. But don't forget, I'll have a real stupid mustache, and that is worth tuning into. All right, friends, I'll see you tomorrow. And until then, don't do anything I wouldn't do, because if I wouldn't do it, it'll fucking kill you. See you later. Bye-bye.